Hello and welcome to tonight's $500,000 Lugano Grand Prix. Our thanks to Lugano, once again a passionate supporter of the equestrian community and created a collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art. You can visit Lugano here on site or head to the website, which is luganodiamonds.com, our presenting sponsor of tonight's big five-star Grand Prix. An amazing night in prospect, and we're delighted to thank Jumper, the official stats provider of the Winter Equestrian Festival. You can download their app today as we bring you the pre-show in the run-up to the Grand Prix, alongside Mars Equestrian as well. Mars Equestrian, a better world for horses, pets and people. Thank you to Mars. Their continued support throughout the Winter Equestrian Festival, and the live streaming and broadcast brought to you throughout in association with Dodd Technologies, an industry leader in creative design and technology support services for sports, entertainment, corporate and special events as well. Visit us at doddtechnologies.com, where you can head to the website there, and also to the USCF. We are in conjunction with them too, also presenting sponsor of our live stream, in part with the support of the US Equestrian Federation and the USCF network as well. Big welcome to you tonight into the second of the five-star Grand Prix of the season, Lugano Grand Prix. More money than last time as well, $500,000 on the table tonight. And once again, it's a very strong lineup. 9 of the world's top 20, 5 of the world's top 10, all competing here tonight. So it's going to take a real run through of what we can expect from the world's best. We're going to be sifting through and deciding who might be the winner, who we might pick as our winner. But at the end of the night, we're going to find out exactly who will be walking away with the main share of that $500,000 Lugano Grand Prix. Lots to enjoy here, and to take you through what to expect, my expert panel alongside me, I'm delighted to say. And it is a very good evening. Let's start. Eve Jobs, Pan Am medalist. Eve, very good evening to you.
Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to this?
Very much so.
Yep. Harry Charles, Olympic gold medalist, I'm delighted to say now, since last year. It's been a big 12 months, Harry. Back, ready to go, but you're watching tonight.
I know, on the sidelines tonight. It's kind of a hard place to watch, but you know, you can't do all of them, and it's going to be a good night of sport. So.
Excellent. We'll look forward to picking your brain. Jimmy Turano, as ever. Wonderful to have you as a sidekick once again, Jimmy. You've been jumping in a number of the big Grand Prix here, the 5 stars as well. It's been a massive year so far.
It has. It's been big. We've got a lot of the top riders. You know, unfortunately, we got Harry sitting out tonight, but it's still got a very strong lineup.
Very strong lineup. Henrik von Eckermann we saw in the first of the Grand Prix of the season. He's over in Gothenburg this week. He's got his home show, but he's coming back as well, so that'll strengthen things up going through the season. But here, as I mentioned there, 5 of the world's top 10. In terms of tonight, prize money's been upped as well at the start of the season. $500,000 on the table here, Jimmy. It's always nice to have a little extra incentive.
Yeah, they've done a great job here. They've really brought up the prize money. I think we've got some of the top riders in the world coming over and over every year, and it's getting bigger and stronger, and I think a lot to look forward to.
Harry, your second season heading here to Wellington. I feel it's beefed up yet again, but the good thing is you're one of the people beefing it up along the way.
I don't really feel like it this year, but no, it's hard here. It's not easy. It's tough as anywhere to win a big class. So it's nice. This is my first time doing the whole tour.
Yeah.
And it's a different experience. Very nice to meet new people and see a different side of a sport, and been enjoying it.
Eve, what have you made of it so far this season? We've seen Christian Kukuk in action, the Olympic champion. We've seen the world #1 in action. Kent Farrington showed them the way 2 weeks ago in the Fidelity Grand Prix. The home rider still just keeping the Europeans at bay.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see so many European riders coming over more so every year. This is actually my 10th year here, and just to see the progression of it has been awesome. And I think Americans still give them the run for their money, but it's cool to see everyone kind of participate.
10 years, what were you jumping here 10 years ago?
I was doing the medium junior jumpers and a lot of the equitation that you were judging.
You've come a long way since then.
Yes,
There've been medals along the way since then, and big wins since then. Great to see that as well. Who are we looking forward to seeing tonight? Eve, let's start with you.
I'm looking forward to seeing Christian, Kukuk, and Kent Farrington, Laura Kraut. You know, there's a great American squad here, McLean Ward as well. I'm also looking forward actually to see a lot of the younger riders that are coming through.
Yeah.
Like Carlos Henk, Emily Conter, Mimi Gotchman. I think there's a really strong group, and I'm excited to see how they do tonight.
And Carlos Sanguerrero, the top-ranked FEI under-25 rider now as well. So from his point of view, as you say, and Emily Conter's gone so well. She's been top 3 in the Grand Prix this season so far. There's a really strong group coming out of there.
Yeah, and they're my peers. I think it's really fun to watch them succeed, and I wish them obviously the best of luck.
Excellent.
So we'll be cheering for them.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, Jimmy, from this point of view, is though we look at sort of the highlights in here, again, the obvious ones, but there's real strength in depth. I'm going to go back to, obviously, Mimi Gotchman, who was top 3 in the Grand Prix here for the Fidelity 2 weeks ago. Lily Keenan, Emily Contra is mentioned in there. Rally Hyler's another rider that's getting great experience at this level now.
Yeah, she's really come along. You know, you both mentioned Mimi. I mean, I think look out for Mimi tonight. She's got a great horse. She's sort of been on fire. She's hungry. She's in a great program with Derek Kenny. I think she's definitely one to watch.
Absolutely. Harry, you've already achieved so much in your youthful career already. Watching these riders come through, it is great to see that group, 20s to mid-25s, really starting to make an impact now.
Yeah, there's a great group of them. I just dropped out of under 25 ranks this year, so
it's catching up.
Carlos has taken over my place as the #1, and he's got a great team of horses. He's progressed so much in the last few years. And you know, he's got a good chance tonight of jumping a good round, and you know, there's a fair few amount of great young riders. I've even, not in this class, I've been watching a few. Helena's kid Tony and Jimmy's kid JJ is phenomenal.
And we've got one from the UK as well, Rachel Proudley, who's been going very strong.
Rachel Proudley, who I'm doing a team with next week. It'll be fun. She's young and she's hungry, so it's a great addition to a British team.
Well, there was plenty of hunger earlier in the week because it was the Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. $116,000 on the table there. And we're going to take a close look at our top 3 as they were. And bearing in mind from this as well, it's the reverse order of those going into the Grand Prix. So these will be the last 3 riders to go in the Grand Prix tonight as well. We kick off with Lorenzo De Luca and Denver de Telma. American-owned horse from the Lewisburg farm for Beth Johnson, who's a great supporter, Jimmy. And he went so well in Geneva with this horse. Last year was a big season for them. He could be a little dark horse too. He's won here quite a few times.
Absolutely. This is a great pairing. Lorenzo's always been a top rider. Now pairing up with this horse, always one to watch. He's a very fast rider. Really has a great connection with this horse now.
Lorenzo finishing in 3rd place. Pretty competitive jump off in the end there, Harry. We finished up with a big number in the jump off. A couple electing not to jump off. We'll see how that feature with that. But Lorenzo, you've gone against a good few times. If he's in the contention tonight, it'll be hard to beat.
He will be. He's very fast, and that is still a budding partnership, but he's already won a big Grand Prix in Valkenswaard with it last year, and he's got a very strong chance tonight. He's one of the ones I circled, and I think he could do.
He's on Harry's hit list.
He's on the hit list tonight. I'm glad I'm not going against him.
Well, let's take a look at one of your teammates, your Olympic gold medal winning teammate, Ben Mayer, of course, 2nd into the Grand Prix qualifier here. Won the Grand Prix out on the grass last week with Ginger Blue as well. Harry, he's been close so far this season, had a really good start, but it would have been really helping him as well, just getting a win under the belt last week too in the Grand Prix.
It will. If I can just sum up Ben in one word, he's clinical. He's the ultimate professional. Very lucky to have him as a teammate and someone I could go to for a bit of help and advice, and he's done a great job getting all these horses in such top shape, and he's going to come out firing. So.
And for him, when you see him at a jump off, he's just so slick.
So slick, yeah. He just nails everything. Everything is covered, and he's a top professional. Okay,
he's going to be, of course, last but one to go in this. Eve, one of the favourites here as well, Ashley Bond, Donatello. Always exciting to see. They're fast. They're a brilliant combination. They've been top 11 previously at the Olympic Games as well in Tokyo. Grand Prix after Grand Prix. They won the $1 million Grand Prix in Thermal over in the Great California. Back at the end of last year. What do you make of her? I mean, Ashley has always just been the most naturally gifted rider. I think she does an incredible job producing horses, and as you can see with this one, she's had it for a very long time, and they've had great success together. Just every Grand Prix she goes in, she's absolutely has a chance of winning. She's such a fast rider, this is a fast horse, and she knows him so well at this point. They're a real great partnership, and I think absolutely one to watch tonight. And Donatello, she can just dare in all the time. Absolutely. Such a quick horse across the ground, and I think they know each other so well, so they know where they can push it. And they trust. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, she's always fun. So those were our top 3 from the WEF Challenge Cup earlier on this week. We also have a catch-up with our lineup. Ashley Bond, we summed it up for her, that partnership as well. earlier on this week. We also had our speed winner, which of course, for those that follow, if you're deep in the details here in Wellington, also counts towards qualifying for the Grand Prix. Winner there was Jordan Coyle earlier on this week as well. We take the top 10 from that class too, so that put him into the figuring here. We take our top 30 from the WEF Challenge Cup and then our top 10 from the speed as well. So it's a really interesting mix from that point of view. Jordan Coyle, this time around with King Canaan, going to ride a different horse tonight as well. I think, Jimmy, overall, the Irish are going to come out strong here.
Ireland's always tough. You know, we've said over and over, it's anyone's class tonight. Any of these riders can win it. You talk about Irish, you talk about Derek Kenny. Although he hasn't really hit the top 10 of the world, he's probably one of the best riders in the world. Great program, great owners, great horses. He does as well as anybody. So I think he's one of my picks for tonight.
Excellent. Good. We're going to delve further into who might be our picks for tonight as well after a very short break. So we just see Jordan Coyle finishing off what was a very good round. And again, from the competition itself, it was, although it's down, as they say, a speed class, it is a table A jumping class. So first and foremost, it was jumping. So the clears were really at a premium here. Triple combination to finish, just showing that it was that little bit extra, not just a flat-out gallop from that point of view. And Jordan Coyle getting to the top there with King Canaan. There's a few shots from tonight. Live out there for this Lugano Grand Prix tonight as well. So our thanks to all of those taking part here, of course, to Jumper as well. We'll be talking Jumper stats as well, with the official stats provider of the Winter Equestrian Festival. You can download their app today as well to find out all the stats behind top jumping right now, and to Mars Equestrian as well, also our presenting sponsors here into our show here. Mars Equestrian, a better world for horses, pets and people, and of course Lugano, our presenting sponsor tonight of this $500,000 class. So thanks to them as well, and say to find out more about their creative collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art, head to their website luganodiamonds.com. We're going to be back in just a minute.
Giving back has been something that's always been incredibly important to me.
Doesn't matter where you come from all over the world, we are all people. We need to do something together.
I think if you've helped one person, you've made an impact.
This younger generation is what inspires me.
I think an extraordinary life to me would be to take chances, to take risks.
You can't make yourself be iconic. It just, you are.
When I look at a painting and my heart starts beating, that's impact. Or a piece of jewelry, definitely.
You'll know Mars for our confectionery, but we're also the people behind Buckeye Nutrition and many horse and pet food brands. Our research has been responsible for breakthroughs in animal welfare. In fact, Mars has been part of the equestrian community for almost 90 years. We sponsor events like Kentucky and badminton, work with riders like Andrew Hoy, Lauren Nicholson, Ben Mayer. We even named one of our most famous brands after a horse. Mars Equestrian, building a better world for horses, pets, and people.
From no-drill mud flaps and water-repellent seat protectors to our laser-measured floor liners, WeatherTech has everything you need. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com, the ultimate protection for your vehicle.
Of the Winter Equestrian Festival. You can download the app today for Jumper, and thank you to them. We're going to jump into some of the Jumper stats as well behind each of our riders here tonight too, and our thanks to US Equestrian as well, who are partners and presenters of the events here. Of course, our live stream as well, and of course that is support of the US Equestrian Federation, and to Lugano, our presenting sponsor here tonight. You can find out more at their website at luganodiamonds.com. And so welcome back. As I say, we're going to take a little delve into the jumper stats around some of our riders as well, and start to narrow it down of where the win might come from tonight. Who will it come from? Who knows? We've got 40 in total, but we can try and give a little bit of a steer on those on the hot form right now. And so we're going to start off with Kent Farrington. And Kent, winner of the Fidelity Grand Prix here 2 weeks ago. He was also winner of a World Cup qualifier just a couple of weeks ago as well. World ranked number 3. And he and Gray are on amazing form here. And it's hard to look past a man who's red hot right now. He managed to get ahead of them in the Grand Prix just 2 weeks ago, and he'd love to add another one here tonight. So let's talk Ken Farrington, and let's go to a US team rider to do that in Eve Jobs. Eve, the way there's some shots here from him winning the other night as well, the way he and Gray won, he just finds that extra gear.
Yeah, it was unbelievable to watch. I mean, he just can go so fast with this mare, and they have a great partnership. I think he's developed this beautifully, and it was really cool to see her jump the other night with Kent. It's just almost unbeatable when they're on form like that.
What do you think are the keys to Kent's success?
Well, I don't know if it's a key to his success, but it's definitely something that stands out is just his fitness.
Yeah.
I think he's probably one of the strongest riders in the world. I mean, he's unbelievable what he can do with his body. I also think he's just a winner.
Yes.
Yeah, he is so fast. He's always very in it to win it.
There's no doubting the instinct, is it? It doesn't matter whether it's a quiet Sunday afternoon or it's like this on a Saturday night,
he's
Jimmy.
so focused and he's so
he's
wonderful.
out there.
Yeah.
He doesn't give it up, Jimmy. He doesn't go down.
No, but he's got an amazing program. You know, he buys young horses. He takes his time. He develops them slowly. Really gives them the time they need. You know, in the beginning when this mare started jumping the big classes, she held her breath a little bit. He really gave her the time she needed, and I mean now it looks like she can jump, you know, any championship. And you know, Christian put the heat on him the other night and came in and he took it to him.
Yeah, Christian Kukuk finishing in second place. Christian was first to go in the jump off that time. And from that point of view, Christian likes going that spot, as we saw at the Olympic Games and we saw a few weeks ago in the Grand Prix, but it just was a little bit of disadvantage for Christian in the end with 11 in the jump off.
Yeah, Christian's lucky now. He's pre-qualified for every Grand Prix in the world, so he's been taking advantage of it and not doing the qualifiers here. That means he goes first to go. So yeah, it worked for him very well at the Olympics. Of course, being at the end, you can see everyone in front of you. It can be an advantage. Sometimes it can be an advantage going at the start. You lay it out to them and they have to chase you. Just Kent had it on his side that day and he had the better, quicker round, so that's the sport.
Here's a little of Christian Kukuk as well. He's going to be riding Just Be Gentle here as well. I mean, it's great to have the Olympic champion here, but Harry, I mean, he's one that can do this on multi-horses. You went up against him in London last year on the Global Tour Grand Prix. I will say that you got the #1 spot and he was second with this horse, but what are they like?
Yeah, this combination, him and Just Be Gentle, they're very, very consistent. She's due a big win, actually. She's been second a lot of Grand Prix, and she's due a big win. Christian's done a great job. He's got 2 fantastic horses in her and Checker, some exciting ones coming up as well. So he's always a top professional, and he'll be on it tonight.
We chatted to Christian earlier on this week on WEF Weekly as well. For anyone that hasn't seen that yet, go and watch that. You can find out all about his horses from that point of view. But you know, Chipano Balobé as well in the wings now, which is a Richard Vogel horse, which brings us nicely on to Richie Vogel. Chipano Balobé was ridden by Richie to win the Rolex Grand Prix, which we mentioned here. Now in the hands of Christian Kukuk. But let's take a look at the partnership. Levi Nosar here for the world #8. Partnership been together 10 months now. Clear iron rate of 50%, but not done much at this level because it's a younger horse coming through. 9 years of age. They go second in the order here, Harry, and you know, it's a horse that won the Young Horse Championship at Aachen last year as well, but in the hands of Richie, I mean, he just already gives the horse a look of more maturity, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, 9, especially this time of the year, is young to jump a class this big, but the horse is quite experienced for his age. I followed him a lot at the end of last year, and you know, he was clearing the 5-star Grand Prix 2 weeks ago here. So the horse is very well capable. He's got a very capable man on his back. And it's kind of Richie's type of horse. He's big striding. He's going to take out strides. And I hope he's in the jump off because it's great to watch. It's great to watch.
Fantastic. I mean, a wonderful horseman all the way around. He was jumping in Hong Kong last week on horses that he'd barely sat on before, and came, third in the Grand Prix, won a class, did all the things he does. I mean, he's quite the magician there, Jimmy.
Oh, he's a rider. You know, when McLean was down, he rode his horses, schooled them, got him ready for McLean. There's not a they haven't built the horse yet that he can't ride.
It's good that he's been McLean's work rider. We're going to talk McLean Ward here from that point of view. The two-time Olympic gold medalist, world number 7. Fantastic partnership with Callis. Callis now at the other end of the scale, 17 years of age, great experience there, partnership together for a number of years now. Clear round rate of 45% for McLean and Callis, former 5-star Grand Prix winners here. McLean is a 3-time winner of this Grand Prix as well, with the fantastic Annie with HH Azure as well. Jimmy, McLean, you know, it's well documented. He's been out the last few weeks with injury. He's back. He texted me the other day and said, "I'm coming back firing." You will have spoken to him more than I will have done. He's ready to just get in there and win, isn't he?
He's hungry. He's very hungry. This mare has had a little bit of a light schedule, which, you know, we'll see. Maybe it works in her favor, but it might work against her. You know, an older horse, I think, needs to stay and work a lot. I'm sure he's got a great, you know, group behind him that's kept her jumping, but McLean is hungry, so look out for him tonight.
When he's let loose like that, it's going to be hard to hold him.
Yeah, it sure is.
Excellent. So, McLean Ward back in the frame. Delighted to say that. This is from past wins here in Wellington as well. I think he's probably racked up more Grand Prix than anyone else. This was back in 2023 as well, when they were winning from that point of view. Lovely lineup of a double of Rolex planks there from that point of view. And he, as you say, has been really working closely with Richie Fogel, which has been interesting.
Yeah, the two of them have sort of bounced ideas back and forth off each other, and he's helped him with Quimmy, the other horse, and I think they've got a good partnership. They've become some great friends and helping each other school different horses. Yeah,
they've fed off each other. We're going to go on to another of the German riders, go to Christian Kuckuck now, because, we had a little look at him. But let's take a closer look at Christian Kuckuck, the Olympic champion. And as we said, riding Just Be Gentle tonight. Partnership 23 times out for the world number 6. Partnership of 2 years now, and 52% clear round rate from that point of view. Harry, you've said what a good partnership this is. He started off strong with Checker. Now he's gone, Checker can take a little bit of a breather and bring out Just Be Gentle from that point of view. This is good management, isn't it?
It's great management. You know, having a few horses to rotate is the key to being, you know, in that very top group of riders in the world. There's so many events these days, and you need to have good horse management and have those horses to be able to rotate. So Christian's in a great position now with 2 great horses here, and then naturally the younger ones can feed behind them.
Yeah. What as I said, you went up against him in London with this horse. What would you describe as their qualities?
If you watch her, you know, the head's always up. She's always running forwards. She's naturally quick across the ground. And Christian just kind of leans against her and lets her run and jump and doesn't really interfere too much. So just naturally, just very quick across the ground.
Okay, well those are going to be attributes for the jump off, that is for sure. Watch everyone else. Well, we talk about quick across the ground. Very quick across the ground is Ashley Bond and Donatello. They were winners of the WEF Challenge Cup earlier on this week. Like I say, they won the $1 Million Grand Prix in Thermal as well. They've won class after class. They've gone very well at championships. Let's take a look at these two. They were actually past winners of the Grand Prix on week 9 here in WEF as well. Long time partnership, and they've been out 49 times, 7 years as a partnership now. And okay, that brings that clear round rate down a little bit because we've added a lot more rounds in from that point of view. Ashley Bond, Eve, we've talked about the other guys being hard to hold and fast, but I mean, she runs.
She really does. I think she sets her horses up for specific classes really well. And I think she uses, when we're out here in Wellington, I think she uses the ridge a lot to develop some of her younger ones, and when she doesn't want to come here and jump all the big classes every week. But she really has a good schedule, and she aims her horses towards big classes, and then she goes in to win.
And I mean, you've had horses like Venue that you had such a long partnership with that you're able to really, you start to sort of think together, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's really a special thing when you're able to keep a horse for that long and really develop an inside-out relationship with them. And I think that's very unique to have in the sport, and I think she definitely has that with Donatello.
Okay, well, looking forward to them being in the mix tonight as well. Let's open it up. Jimmy, if we finish up with, let's go Christian Kuckuck, let's go Ashley Bond, let's go Kent Farrington going against each other tonight.
Wow, that's a tough lineup. I'm going to go home soil. I'm going to stick with Kent Farrington. He's a good friend, as Eve said. They've developed a great partnership, and he's coming off a big win, and he's fast. If he's in the jump off, he's going to go for it.
But they would all have their different ways of doing this, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. I mean, again, as Eve said, Ashley's got a tremendous partnership with Donatella. She knows him like the back of her hand. He knows her. She knows him. They think for each other, I think. But I'm going to stick with Kent.
Excellent. Let's just talk a few others as well. Laura Kraut, past winner of this Grand Prix as well, as we take a look at her from 2023 when she won with Ballot in You. Harry, you would have competed alongside them plenty of times with Harry and with Laura in this horse. She just has longevity and brilliance in the partnership, and of course partner of your teammate Nick Skelton over the years.
Yeah, she does. I spent a lot of time with Laura and Nick. They're our neighbours in the Netherlands when we base there for the summer. Laura's great, just a great person, great rider. Nick's fantastic on the ground as he was in the saddle. So this horse is their partnership, made in heaven. They're so good together, and she's so quick when she can get into a jump off and let this horse run and jump. A bit like Just Be Gentle, and it's very, very consistent. So it'll be nice, I think, tonight for her to get one, for the home crowd.
Jimmy, it's her Olympic horse from of course, Paris and Tokyo from that point of view. Twice a silver medal winning horse now. It's a great partnership.
It is. It's a great partnership. A horse she bought from Katie Prudent, and she spent some time working with Katie early on. She was always a top rider. Spent some time with Katie, and then obviously, when you're in a program with Nick Skelton, he's maybe the best there's ever been, one of the best in the world, and they've got a great program. Great horse, very careful, very fast. So for sure, you never count her out.
Never going to count her out at all. Eve, Team USA, Laura Kraut in there. She's obviously one you've looked up to.
My whole life. I mean, she's someone that I watch very closely for kind of both on the horse and off the horse. I think her ability to mentally prepare for everything and walk in just so focused and so clear every time for so long is unbelievable. And what she's able to get out of her horses is amazing. And, as a female rider, it's someone that I try and emulate very much so. Don't know how well I do, but she's absolutely incredible.
She's incredible. Harry, I mean, Jimmy mentioned the Nick Skelton factor in there from that point of view. Your dad was on a gold medal team with him. Nick, you talked about Ben's determination. Nick has got to be one of the most determined in there, but he gives you confidence outside the ring as well, doesn't he?
Oh, Nick is the most motivated, as much as Ben, anyone I've ever met. Like Jimmy said, probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, to ever have done it. And he's as determined now as he was when he was riding. So he will be pushing Laura on tonight, and he will be, kicking her home for the win.
Let's have a little look down the list, because we mentioned some of those other names in there. We've gone with the obvious ones here in that point of view. But I'm going to pull out people like, actually, another one, Jimmy, for you to focus on here, because you'll have seen her a few times. Alexandra Worthington, Ali Worthington, has been, when I was looking through her stats, she's been top 5, top 10. I mean, this is another move up for her. But she's one that's under the radar that might produce a good round tonight.
She is. Funny enough, I was talking about her yesterday. She has a very, very good horse, big jump. She's coming with a lot of confidence. I think she's young. She doesn't know what she can't do. And I think if she gets in the jump off, I think she's going to give him a run for her money.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and for her, I mean, she's progressed through. She's produced. She's not one coming in with a big string of horses from that side of things. This is a really good step up for her.
No, she's come a long way. I've watched her from the junior ranks through the equitation, junior jumpers, and she's really come a long way over the last, I would say, 18 months.
And into those youth riders as well in there. Harry, I'm going to come across to you. Nina Malavey. Finished top 3 in the Grand Prix, back to I think the NetJets Grand Prix here as well. She's won the U25s here. She's gone win up. She went up to Ocala the other day, won 3 big classes there as well. You guys were up there at that point of view. She's really moving up a gear now.
I've been competing against Nina since we were 12. First time I came across her was in Children and Horses Grand Prix in Hagen. I was second. She was last to go and beat me. And then she's been, there ever since. She was.
But you haven't held it against her. That's the good thing.
Nina's great, and she's super competitive. She's been a great rider since she was a 12-year-old kid, and she's, one of the brightest ones in this field, and she could win if she's on it. She's talented enough to win.
We're going to have a little look back at last year, and the winner of this Lugano Grand Prix was Richie Vogel and United Touch. United Touch over in Europe right now is going to be competing in the shows over there over this season, but he's got a great string here too. But a little look back at this one as well, and I mean, Jimmy, I mean, this is the horse of a lifetime, surely.
Just unbelievable. The way he could leave out strides in big classes and, you know, jump big jumps. The horse has got tremendous ability. You know, I've known this horse since he was a young horse. A good friend of mine rode it as a young horse, and when Richie took over, just, you know, every time you watch it go, you say, wow. You know, you watched it win Geneva or even this Grand Prix here. He does things that a lot of horses just can't do.
And in terms of partnership, as you say, this is one that's very much a partnership. This is these two together, which is why they're so good.
Absolutely. He knows him very well. He knows him inside and out. Even when he's spending time over here, he goes back to Europe. They have the horse ready. He pops in and can win any class on any given day.
He was popping back the other day between going to Hong Kong and doing all the other things. Just stop off at home, ride the horses, come back. You know, it's all in the day in the life now, Eve, of a top show jumper. I mean, it is big now. I mean, you look at how many shows we've got coming up here. We've got some massive money this week. We come back again with big money. We've got Nations Cup this week. It's a huge start to the season now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can jump a 5-star. You can find one anywhere in the world every week of the year. There's so many shows. There's so much prize money, which is great. As you can see, tonight's 500,000. I mean, that's a great class. So I think it's really exciting for the sport, and it's really demanding for the riders. And yeah.
We're going to have a little spin back in time as well to look at McLean Ward and Annie as well with HH0. I'm delighted to see the smile on your face there, Jimmy, as we look back with the horse that's also won in the World Cup finals as well. Winners in 2016, 2017 and 2020. As we can see, we're going back a little bit in time here from that point of view. It's amazing how quickly it looks differently, doesn't it? But I mean, in terms of partnership, this is another one that's hard to find.
Yeah, again, I mean, just an unbelievable partnership. She won some of the biggest classes in the world, won the World Cup finals, won Geneva, she almost won the whole thing in the huge bonus. But McLean, again, he knew her well. They really managed her as good as they could. She came back late in her career to win Geneva, which was pretty amazing in itself. But, you know, as you said, she won 3 big Grand Prix here, 3 years in a row. That doesn't happen very easily.
And you've been out there competing in the fields that we've got there as well. Let's have a little look back at 2017 as well, just because we like seeing her in action from that point of view. You've competed in the Grand Prix here. You've been in them in the last few weeks here. It's just a different level now. And how, you know, you come in and there's just the big crowd, the big everything now.
It is, you know, as we've all mentioned, with so many European riders coming here. I even go back to several years ago when we had Ben and Scott here going head-to-head every week.
Yeah.
I mean, those were the most amazing classes, and we're right back at that again. I mean, you've got, okay, unfortunately we don't have Harry in the mix, but you talk about gold medalists. We've got so many of them between Americans and all the Europeans. So it's as hard to win here right now as it is anywhere in the world, in my opinion.
But Harry, and you and I talked about, you know, some things maybe later in the season here as well. To be match fit, it's actually, as much as people would go, I want to go somewhere and win nice and quietly, actually to be match fit, this is where you want to be, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you've got to be sharp, sharp here. It's early in the year. So, bit of a rude awakening. You come away from Christmas and New Year, you know, you try and take it easy, and then it kind of hits you in the face a little bit by the level. But yeah, you come away from here, if you're in good shape here, you're going to be fine anywhere.
You will have watched, obviously, the Brits, the Ben Mayers and the Scott Brashes, but I mean, McLean, again, is another flagstick rider to watch, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, when he comes over to Europe, he causes chaos. You know, he's so fast, upsets the apple cart a bit. But top professional, been watching McLean for years, a rider I look up to and respect. So, yeah, he's got a good as chance as anyone, and he's probably going to be in there tonight.
Absolutely. Let's see if he does some disrupting tonight as well. We're going to be back in a few moments' time, and so we're going to be back after a very, very short break. Our thanks to all of those supporting us throughout, including Dodd Technologies, our presenter of the live stream throughout. Their technology, creative design, entertainment support here at the event. Our thanks to them. You can visit online at doddtechnologies.com as well. From that point of view, and to Jumper as well, who provide our stats here for this pre-show and supporter 2 of the pre-show event 2, and to Lugano as well, our presenting sponsor of tonight's big $500,000 Grand Prix 2. Thanks to Lugano. We're going to be back in a few moments' time to pick out a few more diamonds from our field. Join us then.
One in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hacked. System hacked. System hacked.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look it.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Something like the US Open would be incredible to have in your trophy room.
It was typically the hardest Grand Prix of this winter season down here.
Trying to get to the highest level. As long as I don't make a mistake, he can do this very easily. Getting closer, I would like to think, so I'm there to compete.
How about the gray here, Spencer Smith for the USA?
Obviously it's a sport, but at the same time, the only reason I do this is because I love horses. Hi, buddy.
He's really been an incredible horse.
Everyone wants to win a Rolex Grand Prix.
I think adding the US Open in a great new initiative, and I think it's only going to bring more excitement and more prestige.
More ground line, please.
First jump is nice.
It's really all leading towards the US Open.
The person that stamps their name on it is going to, kind of go down in history, and we all want to do that.
And into our Grand Prix pre-show as well. The run-up to tonight's Lugano Grand Prix. Our thanks to US Equestrian, the USEF Network as well, presenting its part of the events that we cover on a live stream throughout the Winter Equestrian Festival and bring to you at home, which is a wonderful lineup of events. To Mars Equestrian as well, their support across the whole of the equestrian world. A better world for horses, pets and people, from Mars Equestrian as well. And Lugano, our presenting sponsor of tonight's $500,000 Grand Prix as well. It's an amazing lineup for tonight's event, and they create a collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art, and you can see them here on site if you're heading here to Wellington, or head to the website too and get a little dip into what they have on offer at LuganoDiamonds.com. Wonderful lineup that they have there. We're going to discuss our wonderful lineup of riders tonight, which diamonds are going to come shining through as well. But before we get into that, I just want to literally pick the brains of the three of you. While I've got you here, you've all been through big championships, World Cup finals, all the big events from that side of things. Jimmy, coming to you first. Riding in on a big night like this, it's late in the day. How do you keep your focus? How do you mentally prepare for something like this?
For me, I'm so busy. I'm not. A lot of these riders come here just with their FEI horses. I'm busy. I've got my son riding. I've got a lot of students, a lot of clients. So I'm sort of busy all day. And when it's the good thing is they made the Saturday Night Lights. Then you can really focus on yourself. I think all us riders have butterflies in our stomach when we're getting ready for a big class. But once you get on your horse and you get in the schooling area, you're all business.
Does that disappear, or do you stand in that tunnel and go, oh,
no,
crikey?
I think for everybody, once you walk in that ring, I think it's all gone. Before you get on, I think we all have some butterflies, but for me anyways, I think once we walk in that ring, I think everything goes away.
Eve, do you have any routines? Do you have ways of keeping calm? What are you like under pressure?
I don't really have any routines, but I think definitely the worst hour is like the hour before the course walk.
Yeah.
And then once you get moving and going, it gets easier. And like Jimmy said, once you get on, it kind of goes away. But I mean, I get nervous. I still get nervous. It kind of depends. If you're in here on like a new horse and this is your first big test, I think sometimes that's a little bit more nerve-wracking than a steady partnership that you've had for a while because you know what to expect. a little bit more. But yeah, big nights like this, I think everyone gets a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous. It's just how you use that.
How do you manage that? I mean, you trained with the great Eddie Macken for so many years as well. Did Eddie give you advice on how to get the focus in there?
I think if you just kind of tunnel vision in on your horse and trust that you've done the training and the prep work to get to where you are, and trust your horse and yourself and go in there.
And you're able to just drop yourself into that. Does it come naturally, or do you have to sort of push yourself into the zone?
Luckily, I haven't had that tough of a time with it. I've also been mounted on some unbelievable animals that have given me a lot of confidence and trust in that. Yeah, I think once you're on, it definitely makes it better.
And I remember you doing the World Cup finals in Gothenburg. From that point of view, must have been a different experience.
That was a little bit more terrifying, mainly because I actually hadn't even jumped a 5-star indoors ever on the horse.
And you sort of come up a tunnel there into the ring, don't you?
Yeah, it was a whole experience. I actually ended up going first in the final individual round. It was all very scary, but we got through it, and actually walking away, I had 10 times more confidence than I did walking in. Excellent.
Harry, you've been through, a few little moments like the Olympic Games for a gold medal. What was your mindset on that day? What are you like on a day like that?
Honestly, the most nervous I got was before the first qualifier.
Yeah.
I think that one
your first Olympics as well, obviously.
Yeah. Paris, I had Tokyo, luckily, it was my first one, so I could settle into it a little bit. But even Paris, because you had the whole crowd back in. Honestly, once that first day was out the way, and then the final came around, it was pretty. The feeling you got, it's about your partnership with your horse. Like I know him quite well, and he felt amazing the first day. So then I thought, okay, whatever they bill, I can do it. And even if you don't quite believe it in the moment, you can talk yourself up to believing, I can beat anyone in this class. I'm going to win. And for those 2 hours, if you can just believe that and go in with that mindset, you can really feel like you can do anything.
So. We were there in Tokyo for that first games for you. As you say, it was empty stands because it was COVID times as well. How old were you then?
20, just turned 22.
Just turned 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very new experience, but a very different experience for Paris. What are you like when you ride in there? When in your focus, how do you get to yourself? Where do you put yourself?
Yeah, I think like Jimmy said before, you can have the butterflies, but as soon as you get on the horse, it goes. You get so into that tunnel vision and that zone, and it's just your horse against the course.
Trust the process.
Yeah. Trust. It's instinct and knowing your horse, and the rest takes care of itself.
We'll be all right. Yeah, it'll be all right. The good thing is JJ is just off shot here, watching, taking it all in. Jimmy's son as well. Let's talk picks. Let's talk rider picks. Jimmy Turano, let's start with you. Of the group that we've got tonight, 40 top riders here, where is the Turano cash going tonight?
I think I'm going to go with Derek Kenny. I probably should stay on home soil, but I'm going to go Ireland, and I'm going to go with Derek Kenny tonight.
Interesting. Eve, from your point of view?
I'm going to stick to home soil. I'm going Kent Farrington.
Kent Farrington, he's going for the double?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, with Greer. Harry Charles, you could get yourself in trouble depending on where you go here.
No, I'm staying with my teammate and my home country. I'm going Ben Mayer in Dallas Vegas.
Excellent. Okay, good. And that just remains with my pick to put out there. They'll show you what I picked. Go on, let's have a look at what I picked down there a little bit earlier on. And I actually have got several I think I would go for tonight, but I think McLean Ward. I'm going to go in McLean Ward's direction because I would love to see that bounce back from McLean. I think he'll be determined for that as well. So those are the 4 we picked out, but like I say, there's 40 riders that we're going to see here tonight. A world-class field. It features 5 of the world's top 10, 9 of the world's top 20 here, and it is going to be another ramp up in competition as well. So looking forward to seeing who comes out of this. As you say there, Eve, I'm really looking forward to seeing some others in there, that are the young upcomings, the Emily Contas, the Rally Hylers in there, Nina Malave in there, and I agree with you, Jimmy. I think Mimi Gotchman could do something tonight as well, just to shake them up. Harry, have you got any youthful picks in there of your compatriots? Carlos Hank in there, as you say?
Carlos, Nina, Mimi, Gotchman.
Yeah.
They're 3 great ones.
contemporaries of yours already, which is...
Yes.
It remains to say thank you. Lots coming up. Jimmy, we're no doubt going to be back with Chewbacca and Cochio at some point this season.
I plan on a show next week in the 4-star CSIO week, and then I'm going to show in the 5-star the following week, and then hopefully we'll do the final in a few weeks later.
Excellent. Eve, you're building up. We've got some exciting horses coming out this season, but it's going to be a steady start at the moment, I imagine.
Yep, very steady. I think I'll come out for week 10 and 11, and then look to the rest of the year.
We've got new horses like Zinade sitting in the wings at the moment. That's going to be coming out at some
Very
point.
excited.
Looking forward to that. Harry, we're going to be continuing. I saw you on a really exciting horse this afternoon as well that I'm looking forward to. Give us a little rundown of that one as well before we get into the others.
Yeah, I've got with me here 2 younger horses in Fighting Thought and Canandillo, which is the horse you saw today. It's my first show with him here, so he's 9 years old, stallion, and he's one we're really excited about. But it's just time. Hopefully he can come here next year and we can step it up a bit, but it's very exciting.
And you've got horses like Sherlock in the wings as well, ready for probably the latter part of the season, I guess.
Yeah, we have Sherlock and Casco to kind of take on hopefully some of the bigger classes towards the end. Hopefully I'll be here week 9 for the 5-star, but it's a bit dependent on how they're feeling, and definitely will be giving it a go week 12.
Excellent. Well, I'm delighted to say that you're going to be all adding to the atmosphere tonight, where you can all go and find a seat to watch from. I know you like to go and be in the aficionado seat down there. Jimmy, the atmosphere down in the in-gate is always fantastic.
It's second to none. I mean, it's nice watching. Again, most of us are usually riding, but if you're not riding, it's really cool to watch the riders. Everyone, different warm-up. We've talked a lot about Christian. You really love watching him and Ben Mayer. I mean, the program it's just impeccable what goes on down there.
Excellent. And Eve, you've made your pick. We'll see. Fingers crossed from that point of view. As you say, Laura Kraut is another one we're going to be looking at, but you're going to be cheering for her.
If I could pick 2, I would have.
If you could pick 2.
Yeah,
and Harry's going to be cheering for the Brit in there, for Ben Mayer from that side of things. But you're going to be on the Nations Cup team next week as well.
Yes, that's going to be fun.
Looking forward to that.
Looking very forward to that.
Excellent. So teams all in action next week. Reminder for Nations Cup as well. Have a really fun evening. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
JJ can go and enjoy it as well. Glad to say he's been hanging out and watching as well. Thank you to all of you for joining us. We've got more coming up for you as well. Before we get into our Grand Prix, we have a nice little feature with our course designer tonight, Anthony D'Ambrosio. A little bit of background on him, and there's a lot more to him than you think as well. And that's coming up in just a few moments' time. Thanks to all of our supporters and throughout the season too. USCF are a presenting sponsor of our live stream as well, in part with support of the US Equestrian Federation and the USCF network as well. And to Mars Equestrian as well too, thanks to them. Again, part of our pre-show here. A better world for horses, pets and people, a better world for all of us. Thank you to Mars too. And of course, our presenting sponsor here tonight, to Lugano as well, our presenting sponsor, where you can head to their vendor booth here as well to have a close look at their wonderful works of art, and their website too, LuganoDimes.com. Join us again after the break.
Thanks for walking us through the plan.
You guys heading up north soon?
Yeah, we've got Lizzie for a couple weeks this summer.
Taking her fishing, I hope. That's the plan.
Doors. Connect us to what's important.
Excited, sweetie?
A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. Backed by a team of specialists, your advisor helps you build a personalized, tax-smart investment strategy, identifying opportunities across your entire portfolio. And when life surprises you, your plan can change too. Because doors were meant to be opened.
New look, more comfort, same feeling. What else you need?
The five-star weeks here at Wellington are increasingly well attended. We have more competitors from Europe and South America every year, and I would say that they're becoming some of the biggest events in the world, especially during the winter time when this is the biggest circuit in the world. We've got quite a good group of horses and riders lined up. What I expect, as usual, is that the horses and riders get a great tune-up during WEF 5. They have a serious course in front of them then. They get a week off for Hunter Week, and they come back for WEF 7 stronger than ever, really, more ready to attack any kind of a question that I could give them on a CSI5 Grand Prix course. I know that I'm going to have some of the best riders in the world competing. I know that I have to be on my game. I have to ask some questions that are somewhat complicated. I have to have some sophisticated lines. I need to have also the dimensions. It's generally one of the largest courses that I'll build during the year at the five-star here in Wellington. I try to mix it up a bit, keep them forward at the beginning of the course, ask them to collect a bit towards the end and test the rideability, see just how good a communication, how good a relationship a horse and rider might have to handle some complexities throughout the course. I had a very early start in the Grand Prix division. I was riding since I was a 7-year-old. We started riding with my dad for pleasure. I enjoyed the sport and became a professional at an early age. I was actually even riding professionally as a junior. I won my first Grand Prix when I was still a teenager and was lucky enough to have one of the best horses, perhaps maybe one of the best that ever lived. His name was Simpatico. I won myself some very nice events, the Hampton Classic World Cup qualifier, for instance, the International Jumping Derby. 1983 was a year that I set the world record in Washington. So I've had, I was good fortune to come across some nice horses throughout my career. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is probably one of the greatest honors of my life. I always had good relationship with the course designers. I knew that what they did was a bit scientific, but also required a bit of feeling. And when I started to understand what it meant to them and what they put into it, I started to think that it could be something I could evolve into myself. I gradually did just make a complete transition to course designing and very happy that I made that decision. Many times in the five stars in the past, I've gone with 2 doubles and a triple and 13 numbers. This year I stayed in a more traditional aspect. I've done a double and a triple and 14 numbers. The course is a bit longer than a WEF challenge. The dimensions of the jumps, I think, are right where they should be for a 5-star. I feel like I have a very interesting course. I think it'll set up beautifully in the ring, and I expect to have some very good jumping. It's great, to have so many of the top 20 here and some of the best riders in the world. Probably this will be the strongest group that I've faced in all of the years that I've been building here at WEF. I'm really excited about it. Nervous in the sense that I want it to go well. Always, you're anxious and you just hope that you get the type of competition that you had in mind. I think that if I didn't get a bit anxious and excited about it, maybe it wouldn't be as much fun to do this.
Gravity Defier for life. IMS for life.
Parents, does your child love horses? U.S. Equestrian's Kids Club Stable Stars is bringing the joy of horses to the whole family. Get access to quarterly activities, learning opportunities, coloring pages, and more. You can sign your child up by going to www.usef.org, logging into your free fan account, and finding the Stable Stars Kids Club tile. Then fill out your child's information and click Enroll.
Join the U.S. Equestrian Kids Club.
Okay, there's bandages in the cabinet. I'm bleeding. Grab 2.
Sheba, what cats want.
Grand Prix show presented by Jumper here tonight. As well as you can see, the stage is set for the big Lugano $500,000 Grand Prix, already ramping up towards the opening ceremonies here, which again will be no doubt full of flashlights and excitement to start off the night as well. So stay tuned tonight as we have the $500,000 Lugano 5-star Grand Prix. If you've been watching, we've given you a little rundown of what to expect here tonight. It is a world-class field. It features the top 10 in the world, 5 of the world's top 10, 9 of the world's top 20, and all throughout there we'll bring you some stats from Jumper as well, who are our presenting sponsor of the pre-show too. So just going into the closing stages of preparation here tonight for this big Class 2. And a reminder, you can tune in Wednesday through to Sunday for live coverage of everything here at Wellington International at wellingtoninternational.com. If you didn't catch it earlier on this week as well, it featured the Olympic champion Christian Kukuk joining us for the WEF Weekly show there as well, alongside Olympic gold medalist Rodrigo Pessoa and youth medalist as well in Mimi Gotchman. They were all on this week's feature, and we'll be back next week, of course, with the Nations Cup as well, the build-up to that from Wednesday evening too, taking you through a big week that features the Nations Cup, the teams competing. We've got teams from around the world all coming to do battle. But battle tonight in the Lugano 5-star Grand Prix, a ramping up of the money as well in terms of prize money tonight, $500,000 in the prize fund here as well. And looking forward to how this will play out after a brilliant first run of the 5-star Grand Prix just a couple of weeks ago with the Fidelity Grand Prix, and Kent Farrington of the USA getting ahead of the Olympic champion Christian Kukuk. So a few scores to be settled here tonight as well. Our thanks to all our supporters there, to Jumper, of course, as I say, the official stats provider too, to the Winter Equestrian Festival. Download their app today too. And to all of our supporters through at Dodd Technologies, an industry leader in creative design and technology support services for sports, entertainment, corporate and special events as well. Visit them at doddtechnologies.com. And also to the USEF and the fabulous USEF Network as well, presenting sponsor of our live stream in part with support of US Equestrian Federation and the network too. And of course to our presenting sponsor tonight, Lugano as well, with their wonderful collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art. And you can visit them on site or at their website, which is luganodiamonds.com. All that build-up coming up in a few moments' time. Join us after the break.
1 in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hacked. System hacked. System hacked.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
US Equestrian. Thousands of equestrians have united
to watch, to learn, to experience,
to compete. In the pursuit of fairness, safety, welfare, and joy.
From the grassroots to the Olympic Games.
Each with personal goals, but all united together for the joy of horse sports.
Ride united. Ride with US Equestrian.
I think I found them.
Really?
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look it.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Something like the US Open, it would be incredible to have in your trophy room.
It was typically the hardest Grand Prix of this winter season down here.
Trying to get to the highest level. As long as I don't make a mistake, he can do this very easily. Getting closer, I would like to think, so I'm there to compete.
How about the gray here is Spencer Smith for the USA?
Obviously it's a sport, but at the same time, the only reason I do this is because I love horses.
Hi, buddy.
He's really been an incredible horse.
Everyone wants to win a Rolex Grand Prix.
I think adding the US Open in a great new initiative, and I think it's only going to bring more excitement and more prestige.
More ground line, please.
First jump is nice.
It's really all leading towards the US Open.
The person that stamps their name on it is going to, kind of go down in history, and we all want to do that.
Why do they keep saying 7 o'clock start if it's not a 7 o'clock start?
We got a text at like...
Well, an amazing lineup of what to expect tonight, and it is going to be a fantastic show, as you can see. We are building up to this Lugano $500,000 Grand Prix. We're going to be in the box with you, myself, with Michael Morrissey, Ali Wolf on the ground to bring you all the fun and entertainment. But take a look at that. It is a huge night, lots of lights and entertainment. Michael, accomplished 5-star Grand Prix rider himself. We're looking forward to this.
Oh, really looking forward to this. It's going to be a great night for show jumping. Difficult track out there by Anthony D'Ambrosio, so I'm excited to watch.
And excited into the opening here as well. We've got lights, we've got music, we've ramped it up once again. It has gone a different level this year.
It really has. It's quite the show going on right now.
It certainly is. Ali Wolf is going to be down in the warm-up as well. She's going to be down there with the top riders as well, getting close up with them to see and get all of their views of how it's gone, and some close-up action there too as well. So we're going to say a very good evening to Ali as well, hopefully.
Erwin, Tyza, I walked the course a little bit, but I want to get your thoughts. This looks impressive. It looks huge. What do you take away from your initial impressions walking into the ring?
I think Anthony D'Ambrosio has put a lot of questions out there. It's very technical. It's very careful. The color choices he's used in the combinations. Time allowed depends a little on that. There's lots of options, so I think it's going to be an exciting class.
For sure. And when walking the course, what did you take away as maybe the most challenging fences on course? What were the obstacles that you sat and thought, maybe I need to take a minute and think about my horse and how I'm going to jump these courses? What do you take away from the middle part?
I think it's actually horse dependent. So the triple bar to the triple combination is definitely an option, 7 or 8. I think that's definitely horse dependent. And then from then on, actually, everything is a little bit on a half stride. So you have a lot of options to either add or move up. And then it's quite careful here at the end by the in-gate and a very large oxer to finish at the Rolex oxer.
And we'll have to ask, how many do you think are going to get into the jump off?
I think they're going to have 6.
Good number. That's a great number. We hope that you are one of them. Good luck. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much, Ali. Yes, Tyser jumped so fantastically earlier on this week as well. Michael, we're going to take a look at some of the riders to watch that was being picked out from our lineup here too. As they say, it's going to be an exciting night. I'm just looking across at the arena as well. The lights are all flashing. The searchlights are out there. It's searching for a winner tonight, and it's going to be hard to do, as I say, with 5 of the world's top 10 here.
There's an amazing group of riders, international riders. You got McLean Ward and Ken Farrington for the U.S. Top 10 riders. Christian Kukuk. So many great riders in the lineup.
Okay, let's have a look at a few of those as well. Of course, the winner here just 2 weeks ago, Ken Farrington and Gray on an amazing form. You were no doubt watching this one.
No doubt. He laid it down in the jump up. It was quite impressive. I think he has this mare in top form. Definitely. If I was a betting man, I'd put some money on this one tonight.
If only we were. As one of our riders to watch tonight, and will he be under the spotlight come the end of the class? What about the rest, though? As I say, it's a very strong lineup, and just getting ahead of Christian Kukuk, the Olympic champion last time. Kent Farrington bring it home for the Americans. But let's take a look at Richard Vogel. This was the winner last year with United Touch. He rides Levi Nosar this time around. But as we've seen over the last few weeks, you just can't discount him anywhere.
No, you can't discount him. He's already won some big classes here. He has a horse that he was clear in the 5-star just 2 weeks ago. So definitely a strong contender tonight.
Richie Vogel just has a certain magic to his riding as well. That was winning last year with the truly magical United Touch as well. Let's take a look at the next of our riders featuring tonight. Christian Kukuk and Just Be Gentle now. He was in the frame second to Ken Farrington in that Fidelity Grand Prix with the ride of Checker, his Olympic ride. But Just Be Gentle isn't always so gentle against the clock. It comes and packs a punch.
No, this is no slouch of a horse. I know Checker is probably his top mount, but this is just a real close number 2. Super horse, I think definitely contenders tonight, no doubt.
Big contender in there as well. And so we've got the Olympic champion in there. We've got Ken Farrington in there. We've also got a whole host of the world's best in there too to take a look at. And one of those, of course, is McLean Ward. McLean, 3-time winner of this Grand Prix with HH Azure. He's been off with injury. He's back in the frame here. You've competed against him plenty of times. He is going to be packing a punch tonight.
I would assume he's very hungry to be back out in the ring. And he's missed quite a few weeks now, 4 weeks in a row since his injury. He's only been back in the saddle a few days, so look for McLean to knock some rust off real quick.
Absolutely. And from a previous win here, showing McLean on top form, like I say, 3-time winner of this very Lugano Grand Prix with Annie. And then concluding our lineup of those riders we're taking a look at tonight, Ashley Bond, winner of the WEF Challenge Cup. That's the Grand Prix qualifier earlier on this week. Fast round, as she always does with this horse. You've watched this plenty of times. If she's in the frame, she's going to be hard to beat.
She's so fast. She's coming off of a big win this December in Thermal in the $1 million class there. She's won the Rolex in this ring, the big 500 at the end of the year. So definitely would not want to be going against her in a jump off.
Certainly would not, as you say, won the $1 million in Thermal. Great stuff from there. Great lineup as well. So that's just a little hint of what's upcoming. 40 riders to go in the first round. We're going to be back in a few moments' time to take you through this Lugano $500,000 Grand Prix.
Twice 5-star Grand Prix winner on week 9. A big one to be reckoned with.
1 in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hacked.
One of the best ever for the USA as we head into the World Top 20.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
medalist and Paris team silver medalist, 2023 winner of the Lugano 5-star Grand Prix, Laura Kraus, USA. Also from Ireland, Shane Sweetnam, world
Making your
ranked
dog your
number
ring bearer
17,
is one
twice
way to show
Olympian,
your
including
love.
Paris 2024, and twice winner
But
of
delicious
the
Caesar
American
canine
Gold
cuisine
Cup.
is a better
Shane
way.
Sweetnam representing Ireland. Now into the top 10 in the world. The first for Germany, Richard Vogel, world number 8, 2023 Rolex Grand Prix winner here in Wellington, and 2024 winner and defending champion of the Lugano Grand Prix. Richard Vogel representing Germany. Return of the Clay Ward, world ranked number 7, twice Olympic gold medalist and 3-time winner of this Lugano Grand Prix. Delighted to have him back. McLean Ward for the USA. The Olympic champion from Germany, Christian Kuckuck, world ranked number 6, the reigning Olympic champion from Paris 2024 and winner of the 2024 Rolex Grand Prix here in Wellington. Christian Kuckuck representing Germany. From Great Britain, Ben Mayer, world ranked number 4, now 3-time Olympic gold medalist. Grand Prix winner here just last week. Very much in form here in Wellington.
Including the world number 4, Ben Mayer, and completing with the highest ranks here tonight in the US rider, Ken Farrington, world number 3. Will they be 1, 2, 3 on the podium? We'll just have to wait and see. But it's been amazing build-up to what's been an amazing season so far. We're only at the halfway point of this year's Winter Equestrian Festival. Thanks to Mars Equestrian as well, as they continue support of the equestrian world, and some great brands there too. A better world for horses, pets and people from Mars Equestrian. And our presenting sponsor tonight as well in Lugano. Proud sponsor here and a passionate supporter of the equestrian community. Lugano has created a collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art. You can see them here on site as well. And also, if not, you can head virtually to their website at LuganoDiamonds.com. So getting set to take a look at the course for tonight's big competition as well, and that's presented by Fidelity Investments. Let's take a brief look at the track designed by Antti D'Ambrosio, our course designer here tonight. Fence 1, the Bainbridge fence, 145 Oxer to start off, and then the early run to the wall at 1 meter 60. Turn back here on the left then to the Rolex Oxer from that point of view, 152, 160 in spread. Lots of loop to start them off. It'll be very interesting to see how that features against our time allowed. 4 A and B. Down the arena, and then on a related line, maybe 6 down to the next to the mint plain colours at fence 5, again 1 meter 60. Turn back now to the triple bar as it is with the silver birches, 2 meters wide here, and that takes you into the delicate Lugano triple combination as well. Just under 160 the fence on the way in, 160 spread, 158 on the way out, with 1 stride between each of those, and then tight up the curve to the towers then at fence 8, narrowed up fence at 1 meter 20, and then turn back to the plain black colours at the next fence on course, 153, 170 in spread. To the horse sculptures with a plank there at fence 10, as it will be in the course, and then to the MS Familiar orange colours at the water tray. Fence 11, wide spread here at 1 meter 70, 5 strides down to the tangerine vertical at the next, the skinny 1 meter 62, and there's still more to come. It's a long track here tonight, and it takes to 13 and 14 in front of the in-gate. The yellow friends from Santiago from the Pan American Games at 13 and 14 to complete. That's what it looks like, a long tour, about half a kilometre, 490 metres around here, 79 seconds, and our first just coming onto course here tonight So good luck to them all, and Nikki Galligan is going to be our first to go of the lineup of tonight's big competition as well. Late change into the order for Nikki coming into the frame here, and delighted to say 5-star rider, man who was top 3 in the American Gold Cup last year. Michael Morrissey is alongside me. That always brings a smile to his face as well. Michael, Nikki here to start us off. Always a tough one to do. As I say, late call up for them as well. I was chatting to him this afternoon. Then they go, okay, we're off and going into the Grand Prix. So let's get geared up for that. You know, this is a big one for them.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, he was on the bubble getting in, and for sure he was prepared and ready to go. This is an exciting class. I'm sure he had his horse prepped ready. And but a big test tonight in this 5-star.
What are your initial thoughts? 14 fences out there. Anthony himself said it's going to be a long way around.
It is a long way around, and I think the end of the course really comes at you fast. Some delicate jumps, big jumping, as it should be for a $500,000 5-star class.
So good luck to Nikki Galligan as our first go here. VDL Nikisa for the Irishman. Like I say, step up for them here. They competed into the 5-star weeks, onto the Fidelity week as well. Wall early on. Michael, as they often are in the course these days.
Yeah, I think for most horses, the wall shouldn't be too much of a problem. You saw Nikki did do 11 strides there. I think he's doing a little bit of the ads coming in. This is a short 6 to this Liverpool, 1.60 m in height. And then you have this spread jump, this triple with a bending line to a triple combination.
And that's what's going to be interesting. There again, he's looking to put you forward.
Yeah, I think you want to do 7 into that triple, or that 8. He did 8 there, Nikki, and that just stalls you up just a little bit. And that green oxer there, probably a direct 7 for most horses. This is going to ride 6 for most horses as well. Unfortunately, I think going to call it a night with that one.
Yeah, I would think so. You just a little unsure there at the finish. Again, she's being moved up there. She's a horse that gives loads of heart there to have a go at this. It just wasn't going to quite work out tonight for them from that point of view. Lots of tests in there that you've talked about there, Michael. They just gave a nice little quiet fence to finish on a sweeter note from that point of view. Lots of connected lines in there.
Lots of connected lines. Lapped with a few riders in the course walk, the end of the course rides, like an equitation final, a lot of related distances. Even the turned back people are walking those lines, so I think it'll be interesting to see. And I think it's very suitable for a lot of different types of horses, but I think I would like to have a big strided horse for this class.
I was going to say, what was the sort of feedback from riders that you were talking to down there?
You know, besides the line to the Liverpool, which is going to be quite a steady 7, if you have a big stride and can do kind of more of the leave outs, I think that favors you. Like coming into that first double after the triple, that 7 stride, you want to do 7 into the triple as well.
So on to Toro Parada of Mexico, and fellow Van Mervean for this gelding that's now 15 by Zorocco Blue from there. Has a brick out of the wall early on for them. Horse has been riding since September of last year. This horse was with a Colombian rider and Brazilian riders previous to this. Jumped a couple of the 5-star Grand Prix down in Mexico on the autumn, the fall tour last year as well, but this would be another step up again.
Yeah, certainly step up, you know, and just maybe an observation. I see his horse is pretty sweaty and it's not a hot evening, so maybe the lights, maybe it's a little nervous tonight. I don't know how many classes it's jumped in this sort of atmosphere.
Yeah, this would be a newer combination in here from that point of view. And again, that's your role, isn't it? Keeping it calm, keeping confidence, keeping it all going.
And you see as he's going, he's settling in.
Yeah.
I think the more he jumps his course, the better he's jumping. That's a wide oxer off of that short turn. He does the 6 strides. It walks a little flat, but I think it'll ride pretty normal for most horses. It's very bending, related 7, and then 5 strides gets a little easy there. This last line will ride careful, skinny, vertical, and then boxy 6 to a very big oxer at the end.
Well, going to take him home on a score of 12 jumping 2-time, 80.87 there for Toro Parada and fellow. But again, it's taking the good bits away from that, because I say this is really a big step up for them here.
Definitely a step up. Horse settled in nicely, and then a little bit at the end, that orange oxer with the Liverpool underneath it caught the back rail. And I think that's going to be a tricky line for most of the horses tonight.
So 2 gone of the lineup. Richard Fogel due to go next. We're just hearing that he's actually with the farrier at the moment, so they're just going to put a new shoe on. One assumes down there at this point, so he's going to go a little bit later in the order from that point of view. Now, interesting, we'll talk about those towers that come later on in the course in just a few moments' time, because they're only 1.20 m wide. It's not wide, so it's a little bit deceptive from that point of view, in that you have got some width to cover, but not a lot of width to cover. So you've got to be careful it just doesn't become a vertical to you.
Exactly, and I think, you know, Anthony definitely did that on purpose. He gives this really tall vertical effect to it. It's on a weird angle and on a tough distance. And then you roll back and you have a very wide oxer after it.
And for you, that's you're a rider. You've got to communicate to the horse what we're doing at this point.
Absolutely.
So, as I say, we're going to come back to Richie Fogel. We're going to go on to Rodrigo Pessoa of Brazil and the Artemis Equestrian Farms Major Tom. Combination that jumped right now through to the biggest championship level now. Winners of the President's Cup at Washington last year, indoors at the Washington International. Now, they haven't done a lot since then from that point of view. You know, again, they've just been quietly getting back in the groove here for Rodrigo. The Artemis Equestrian Farms horse here, but I mean, this is a serious horse, this 12-year-old.
Yeah, Rodrigo's had this horse, been developing it for many years now, since it was a young horse. He showed it at Aachen, the Olympics. Like you said, he had a little break after his fall win at Washington, but I think he's looking to have his horse peaking here for these end-of-season big 5-star show jumping.
And he's, as you say, sort of kept his powder dry into the early part of the season so far, coming out now into our second 5-star Grand Prix of the night.
Really jumped.
I was going to say, you can see the horse's real ability there, can't you?
Certainly not looking rusty so far.
Yeah. And in the hands of the Athens Olympic champion, 3-time World Cup champion, world champion as well. Very few with Rodrigo's record. Little push through there.
See, he did the 8 stride into that triple and got away with a little rub there at B.
But are you saying you want the 7 for a bit more momentum?
It's either or. It's horse dependent.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on what you're mounted on. I think if I had my top horse in this class, I would probably be looking at 7 there. Oh. See, that's a really tricky line. It's a very related angle 7 after. I think it's caught the last 2 riders. Hard to get the horse's attention on that, plus it has the Liverpool underneath it.
A little look down onto the water on the 8 faults. Going to be some time there as well, finishing on the 4-time, 8 jumping 4-time, total of 12.82.70 for Rodrigo Pessoa and Major Tom. 85% of that round was going well.
Yeah, I think Rodrigo will be happy with how his horse jumped. You know, first time coming out under a big class. I think he'd probably love to have that line, have that ride back in that line. Other than that, horse jumped very good.
Look back here at that Lugano double. Had a little touch in here, Michael.
He had to, the horse really had to try hard to cover that back rail. That triple's going to ride difficult. I think as we go, I think we're going to see more people try that 7 there.
Mimi Gotchman, and now for the 20-year-old rider, top 3 in the 5-star Grand Prix just a few weeks ago with Inclen BH. Now going to go with Cosmos BH as well. Again, she chatted to us earlier on this week in WEF Weekly 2, giving us some insight there. Feels confident with this. They were out on the field last week as well to finish well in the Grand Prix there too, to get nicely set up. This is the horse that she won the Upperville Grand Prix last year, but she's got to come in with so much confidence after finishing top 3 2 weeks ago.
It certainly has been on a hot streak. Unfortunately, we did see that wall come down at fence number 2.
Just the wall, just a gentle little push out. It's although it's a solid fence, it's actually pretty delicate, isn't it?
Yeah, we've already seen it come down twice tonight, which surprised me. Horse jumped through that triple combination easy. You know, you got to give a lot of credit to Mimi. Young rider comes in here poised, jumping these big 5-star classes. Definitely strong talent for the future.
Yeah. Rides the plank well. Now again, this is sort of, you almost come down this line, and do you sort of feel that they almost feel like they've finished at that point, but again, they just stretch out down it?
It's really hard to keep their attention in that line. That is a difficult line. See, that 5 did not ride long or walk long, but it's riding flat for some of the horses.
Finished on a total of 8:77.95. It's 8 faults there for Mimi Gotchman and Cosmos BH. I'm going to pull you onto the technicalities there, because you say it's riding flat. It's a little bit of an angle, the first fence at 11. And as much as you say it's a standard distance, it just starts to feel a bit longer.
I think the horses are getting a little bit distracted getting to that jump, and it's surprising them. The Orange Oxer with the Liverpool under it. So they're jumping that, they're getting sucked to the left for the end gate, and then they're losing track of the 5 there as well. So it's definitely a line that you need some outside leg, some left leg, and get your horse really paying attention.
And get them really into it. 24-year-old Nina Malavé of France now. And Nina with Dynasty de Belfort is the French-bred mare by de Montesemi for the Rain family. Another who's stepped up here, she was top 3 in the NetJets Grand Prix with this horse as well. Won the U25. She won 3 classes in Ocala the other day as well. Went up last week and swept the board there. Jumps around here in the 5-star as well last season too. She was top 3 in the Monaco Grand Prix in 2024. For her, again, she's come out so solidly from that point of view. It's going to be really interesting to see how Nina performs again here tonight. With, and to say it's a tough start here. The planks, the wall early on has cost a couple already.
Well, she was definitely not having the wall down. That horse jumped the wall super. She's coming off a strong finish a couple weeks ago where she was 3rd in the Grand Prix, the 4-star Grand Prix.
We were saying in the pre-show as well, it's interesting looking through how strong a group globally we've got of, under 25 riders there. Manages to get across that Oxford. That was just looked a little hesitant there for a second.
She was a little bit off of that triple bar, but it handled it well. She did the 8 stride to the triple combination. Did get a little bit of a rub there. I think with the 8, the B element is riding quite scopy. There's the 6 to the plank. She did a good job on that 7. There's the 5. There's a solid round.
Solid round so far, but there's just a little bit more left of it yet. Final fence. Time's looking good. Time allowed is 79 seconds. Takes a longer shot at the last. 75.22. A gasp from the crowd as well. There was a big O in there. It just started to get a long way away to the final fence.
Yeah, that 6 stride walked like it was going to ride quite steady and quite short, and I think just lost track of that, and the 6 got a little bit longer than she thought it was going to be. That was too bad. It was a picture-perfect round up until that last jump.
And again, distance-wise in terms of measurement, it's a pretty standard 6 from that side of things.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that 6 got as long as it did for her, because I thought she jumped the skinny coming in great. She sat up, she stayed patient, which is exactly what I would have thought to ride that line, and then that 6 just really got away from her.
Good effort, but just not quite to be on the 4 there for Nina Malavé and Dynasty de Belfort. Genevieve Mayer now, and the G Sport horses, Olisco P for the gelding by Houston. Now for another of the riders making a step up there. One of their first 5-star Grand Prix. Olisco P, former ride of Brazilian Yuri Mansour as well. But again, she's gone very solidly through the 3 and the 4 stars so far this season, and that's the good thing here, is you can start to build it up and then say, okay, let's try the next level, can't you?
Absolutely. There's never a bad time to try and move up and jump some big classes like this. Get that experience under the lights, under the 5-star atmosphere.
Early line here with... Again, that's sort of, when you walk that line, you look down it, you are looking straight at the in-gate.
Straight in-gate. I thought some riders, I think she just tried the 5 stride a little bit, flat 5, instead of the 6. A few of the riders I know were talking about doing 5 there. It walks about 2 or 3 feet short in 6, so the 5 would be quite flat.
But that's the thing, as you're starting to go for that longer stride, you're getting, as you say, flatter, which means you're getting more stretched out, which means you're losing more of the jump, aren't you?
Absolutely, and this horse has a huge stride. It's a big scopy, looks like a very nice, kind horse. You see everything just really comes up fast at the end of this course.
And that's the thing, as you say, towards the end here, it's very easy to start just towing off a few fences as you're going there. It actually finishes strongly down that final line. Picks up one time fault there on top, 79.49, 17 in total, 16 jumping, one time for Genevieve Mayer and Alisco P. Overall, though, as you say, a good finish for them there.
Yeah, good finish for them, a good experience. It looks like they came out of that class with learning, and you know, nothing to be disastrous happened whatsoever. Just a couple rails down and come out stronger, a stronger pair.
And just coming into that triple bar there again, they just were coming in forward of what they needed.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of their first 5-star Grand Prix. That plank, I think, is probably going to be on the deck a lot of times tonight as well. So from Genevieve, this is where we go to Richard Fogel, who was due to go a little earlier, the world number 8. And Richie with Levi Nosar that he jumped so well on just here a couple of weeks ago in build-up as well. He's been on flying form, won 2 Grand Prix here already this season with Sidello through the 3 and 4 stars there. Levi, a horse that again is getting more experience, is a 9-year-old still. From that point of view, won the Big Ben Challenge in Toronto last year. This was the horse that actually won in Aachen in the young horse finals there as well. Second to him there was Ben Mayer and Corlander, which we've also been seeing here, which has been really interesting to see. Jumped around clear in 4 in the Fidelity Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. He's one of the best riders on the circuit right now, so it'll be. I'm really keen to see how this goes.
Yeah, he's a young rider. He's not even 30 years old. I think he's what, 27.
Yeah.
He's won almost 4 million euros in our sport already. So I mean, that's
and most of that in the last couple of years.
Jumped 117 meter 60 classes already. So
yeah.
Thanks to the Jumper app for those stats.
Just a little, again, pushes it off at the wall. The wall, they're almost, you know, again, it's how much it's imposing, but almost not really causing that for them, is it?
I'm really surprised that the wall is causing problems like it has so far. Normally, a wall is almost, it's like a triple bar. It's not one that the riders fear too much. It's more, gets in your head more than anything. Usually, the horses jump it well, and tonight we've just seen it come down 3 times already early on.
It's going into the Lugano triple as well for Richie. Now he just got out to the right there to give himself some space, didn't he?
Yeah, it seems like he's taking his time. This horse, you know, being only 9 years old, looked like it was a little bright-eyed when it came in the ring. Really jumped that difficult line there really well.
Now here he's placed a little skinny towards the end too. But actually that has jumped really solidly so far. Final Rolex fence to complete on the 8 faults there, 77.68, so inside the time. Again, an early rail for them, or a brick in this case, Michael, but he's used that as a teaching round too, hasn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, 9 years old, jumping 5 stars, already jumped clear in 1 2 weeks ago. Definitely taking something to learn out of this. Horse looks great. Jumped a good round. I mean, this is a very difficult track, not something to be disappointed with. I know Richie's such a competitor. I'm sure he wants to be clear every time he shows, but definitely some positives to take out of this round.
Again, that Lugano lineup there. I mean, it's hard to get the right spot there and he's one that's one of the best at it.
The triple combination is tough. Getting to the triple combination on the correct stride, that's going to be tricky for the whole class. I think that, and then the last 2 lines at the end of the course.
It is to Lily Keaton now into our top 30 again in the world with the ride of Argand de Belliard for the World Championship ride of the New York's Chazenet Farms owned gelding by my Lord Cartago. Lots of experience together here for this point of view, this pairing. Jumped in the Nations Cup last year in Rome as well. She's a past winner of the Ottawa Grand Prix. She's won at Mexico. She's won here, of course, plenty of times in the United States. Jumped around for 5 faults in the Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. And again, that will have just got them back into the group. Big jump over the triple bar.
Yeah, you see she really rode that triple bar hard. She was able to do the 7 into the triple combination, worked out well. Big stride. She does a 7 here. putting in a great effort so far. 6 got quite steady.
Yeah. Just has to respect the plank, and again, fits well for them down.
You can hear the crowd yelling, I think, worried about the time allowed here. She's being quick.
I think she might be okay. I think she might be okay. She's going to be close to it. She's going to be okay. Yeah, 78.60. See, I can predict 4/100ths of a second, 4/10ths of a second. That's me all day. Yeah, right.
I was doubting you. I was doubting you because I did not think she was going to be okay.
You doubted me, Michael. You doubted me. No, she was fine. 78.60. Lily Keenan and Aganda Belliard. Super round for them. She really plotted away around there, Michael.
She did. She rode that very well. She rode it aggressively where she needed to. You know, it's a good thing that she rode that last line. She cut in and got that last line, or else she would have had a time fault. So she really kind of hurried that fence number 13, got away with it, and had a beautiful clear round.
So clear round number 1 of this Lugano Grand Prix there with Lily Keenan. It's now with Mark Blumen and the over-the-top stables of New York's Uberluck for the rider running for Columbia. Again, consistent top 3s so far this season. He was top 3 in the $1 Million in Thermal in December as well. He's been top 10 here in week 5. This is a pair I would definitely not discount.
No, Markey, he's all in all the time. No matter what he does, he's always going for it. He's a really good competitor. He had some great results this fall, winter on this horse and out west. Thermal in the $1 Million Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix. I think he was 2nd.
Yeah. But it's again, just kept moving them up a gear, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great combination. I know his cousin Daniel brought this horse along at a young age. Now Markey took over the reins.
And they've really formed a partnership from that point of view, haven't they? Because, you know, not always the easy ride.
Oh, he's a very, very good rider, and he's very animated. Look to him. If he jumps a clear round right here, get ready for the fist bump. Oh,
your fault.
It was. Sorry, Markey.
Just on the 4, time was good at 77.31, just on the 1 fence down for Mark Blumen and Uberluck. But as you say, I mean, we watched them out in California go so well. He gritted teeth there. Grimace, he knows how close he was.
He was very close. That was a shame. I thought he had it.
So Mark Blumen giving Uberluck a good pack, quite rightly. Goes into 3rd so far. Michael, this fence hasn't fallen too much yet, but here it goes. Again, it just became a little bit of a reach.
You know, the turn came and unfortunately got him.
Deep into the black oxer down there, okay, and then that took them down to the plank. We are swiftly already on course with Brian Canan and Castlefield Dream for the US rider. Facing Grand Prix so far in the last 12 months in Tryon and in Ocala as well. Now back into the Winter Equestrian Festival Season 2 where he's done well before. Solid start so far. Here's one of the first big tests. He was working hard for that, Michael.
He was. The horse gave such a big effort over B that C got quite short for him. It's too bad.
Just a little touch there on the foot. And again, at this point in the competition, you're going to have it in your mind, well, 4 faults could still get me some good prize money. We'll see what comes into this.
At this point, 4 faults looks like a pretty good score.
Just on the 1 down at the moment for Brian Canan and Castlefield Dream. There we go, 2 for time as well, 80.50. 6 in total for Brian. Michael Morrissey alongside me. Michael, what was your over-assessment of that one?
Yeah, I thought it was a very solid round. It was too bad the horse gave a great effort everywhere. I think it just a little bit gave too much of an effort there at B of the triple and landed so far out from the oxer that it just really had a hard time coming back and getting its front end up in time for that. The rest of the course, great. Brian gave it a great ride. He's getting help from Lauren Huff these days. I think she's doing a great job. Great trainer, great rider. So things are looking good.
Staying with great riders, with the Olympic champion Christian Kukuk, the world number 6. Now, we've seen him with his Olympic partner Checker in the last few weeks. He was second in the Fidelity Grand Prix. He won the NetJets Grand Prix. He's riding today Just Be Gentle, a horse that was second in the Global Tour Grand Prix in London last year to Harry Charles, that I was chatting to earlier on our pre-show panel as well. They were second in the Grand Prix of Rotterdam, top 10 in the Aachen Grand Prix. And as Harry said, I mean, this horse has also got all the ingredients too.
What a nice second horse to have.
Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you like that?
Christian's made it himself right at home here at WEF. Been a winning rider here already just the last couple of years that he's been here, and it's been a pleasure to watch. He's
absolutely. Winner of the Rolex Grand Prix last year as well. For you guys, I mean, you know...
Wow.
Ooh, no.
You know, I thought that jump looked quite spooky. You would think a horse with the experience that this one has, that was pretty surprising. But it is a daunting-looking jump coming off that turn. Well, there's the biggest surprise of the night so far.
Yeah, big surprise for them. He's going to pull up there. Yeah, he is. He's going to say, "Not tonight, thank you very much." Yeah, a little bit of a surprise there.
Yeah, I think that was the right move. Pull up. This horse doesn't, you know, it's got a great record. It has all the experience. It just had an off night. It saw something it didn't like, and unfortunately, that's the way it goes. Just set him off a little bit.
Well, there's one of the favourites out. That's a bit of a surprise. Gabriel de Malos Machado now of Brazil, and with the one clear to date with Lily Keenan and Aganda Belliard. Gabriel de Malos Machado with the horse that went well in the Angelstone Grand Prix last season on the Major League Jumping as well. Clear in 4 there. Jumped round some good rounds in the 5 stars so far in the last 12 months. Also was his team horse too, Niles for the Baywinds Equestrian, and Equine Equity Partners. One that was with Sweet Oak as well, with Sweetnams previously too, for the Brazilian. Jumps the wall.
Jumps the wall. It has not been a gimme tonight. Great effort there through the double.
Flattens off there. It's going to take some winning tonight.
It's going to take some riding tonight, that's for sure, too. It's a good ride through that triple combination. You see, he really had to help his horse there.
Little look.
Yeah. Did not want to go into that corner.
And it just throws you off your balance, doesn't it? Exactly as you saw there. You still try and get the jump out of it, but
yeah, it messes. You know, when a horse hawks or studies like that, and you're sighted in on your distance, sometimes that really makes it difficult. It makes you second guess where you are. Gabby did a good job of staying with his horse. He's kept his leg on. Unfortunately, the horse just kind of shot at the jump there.
Pushes on for the last. Takes a run at that. He's going to get inside the time, 77.85 on the 8 faults. They're into 6 so far for Gabriel de Malos Machado. And Niles, mixed emotions up there. I saw some applause and a head in the hands.
Yeah, I mean, 8 faults is not a bad score in this class. I think, you know, that there were a little bit of rough parts, but Gabby did a good job of controlling his horse and keeping it all put together. That could have gone a different route there, and he held it together. He rode the last end of that course really well. He left out a stride to the last jump. He opted to do the 5. Worked out well.
One clear so far. Now it's on to Daniel Blumen and Daniel with Abigail Wexner's Corby VV. 10-year-old now for Daniel, former 5-star Grand Prix winner here as well, with horses like Ladriano. And with this mare by Kornet Obolensky. Now, if you've been following the sport closely, I've seen this horse a few times now. Daniel, as I say, past twice winner of the Week 9 Grand Prix, 3 times Olympian. they've gone very well in the start of the season here in Florida. They were second in the World Cup qualifier in Santa Anita last season, top 4 in the World Cup qualifier in Traverse City as well. It's a horse that looked really impressive when it came out.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most exciting younger horses at this level. You know, you saw the stats there, 5 out of 6 clear rounds at meter 60.
Yeah.
Can't say anything bad about that. It just looks like it has everything. It's careful, it's scopy, it's elastic. Daniel is great at producing horses. Look at, oh my goodness.
Well, it's full of drama tonight. Well, big surprise.
I hope I'm not jinxing all these horses. Horse was giving a great effort. I did not see that coming. Gave a big effort at B, maybe landed a little low and was surprised by C. We'll see what Daniel elects to do. It looks like he's just going to go and jump this first jump and call it a night.
Yeah, just going to, unfortunately, have to call it a day there. Daniel Blumen decided to retire with Corby VV. As I say, a night full of surprises so far at the moment, whether we see that back or not. But, I mean, it started well.
It was jumping really well. You know, this horse is coming off a bit of a break. It hasn't shown much since the fall. This was his first big class back. And, you know, it is a younger horse, very talented. You know, maybe just a little starstruck maybe tonight.
And again, wouldn't have done these big nights like this yet. They've done some good nights. They've done some good big classes so far. But it's the next step up. I'm still excited to see that horse coming up over the next few months anyway. Keep an eye on that one. Corby VV. For Daniel Blumen, another of the under-25s who's been going so well is Emily Conter. She was top 5 in the NetJets Grand Prix. She went so well in Thermal as well, finished top 3 in their Classic there in December. Jumped the Grand Prix in Monterey too. Started well so far this season with the rider of Trixie Z, actually homebred horse from the Stefex stables as well, by their stallion Tobago Z, which of course Daniel Deusser jumped so successfully and actually won big classes here. In fact, he won the Rolex Grand Prix here as well, so should feel at home from that point of view. And she's, you know, after a good run in Mexico in the fall series there, Michael, she's gone up another gear again.
Yeah, she's been very strong this season. She got a nice top 10 placing out on the grass a few weeks ago in the 4-star. Seems like she's been putting together some very consistent, nice rounds. Oh, that triple is just so tough.
And you, like her there, she just sort of, there was nothing wrong with it, just it was naturally just sort of coasting through that last part.
Yeah. Really, B is riding a bit scopy, so you're really pushing for B, and then once you do that, you're losing it at C.
Good at the vertical, final 2 on course. Fourfold still in a good position so far. If she can hold it at that for Emily. Just going to run a little close to time. I think it will just be all right though. There we go. 77 mark. Yes, just short of it. 76.98. Just the 4 there for Emily Conter and Trixie Z. She's got a big smile from ear to ear there, Michael, and you're shrugging your shoulders to why shouldn't she?
Yeah, it was an excellent round. It was too bad, I think, you know, put her leg on there at B, the triple, just to help a horse out across the back rail. And just, as you see, it just got a little flat coming out.
There at the wall, okay there for Emily, but the one clear at the moment with Lily Keenan and Argal de Belliard. Rally Hyler now, Kurt Hyler of Boston's Bora's Chloe, with the mare by Chaco Blue again for Rally. Another move up for her. Finished well in the Grand Prix in Ocala in the early part of the season, the 4-star. She jumped on the US team last year in Spain as well at the tail end of last year. She's another rider on the rise here, Michael. This will be an interesting test for them.
Yeah, I've noticed Raleigh, she's got a nice group of horses, young rider, riding at this top level, got a great support system, great trainer.
Who's she working with from that?
Max Meyer.
Oh, Max Meyer. Okay. I like to name check them in there.
Yes. Max does a great job.
Nicely through the double so far. Maybe a little bit I'm going to say quieter in terms of time at the moment might be the factor for them. But really, at this point, it's about plotting their way around.
That was unfortunate. I had to back roll the triple bar down. You see kind of the same thing happened to her at in the triple as last rider. Just horses have to work so hard at B. It gets their balance a little bit low on landing, and then it seems to just shoot them into C a little bit. I think at this point, I'd really, if I had a student in this, really be telling them to keep their eye level up over B of that triple, because it's really shooting you down into C. And she rode that 5 stride. Beautiful there.
Coming home on the 12. A little bit of a reach at the last there, so 16 going to be the total, 78.03. But as I say, for a step up for them into a Grand Prix of this level, how would you assess that as if you were training on the floor here, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, she's had some really nice rounds. Obviously, was double clear in a 4-star, so her expectations are definitely higher than that. But it's still a good learning curve. And this is real deal show jumping here tonight. We're seeing this is a difficult track. This is no soft 5-star by any means.
How are you feeling about it? Would you want your boots on tonight? Or
I always want my boots on. So yeah, I'd rather have my white pants and boots on than be sitting here with you, to be honest. But I'm enjoying this tonight.
Excellent, good. It was lovely to have you. But yes, I know what you mean. Let's go with Alex Matz, the winner of the Toronto World Cup last year as well. Partnership together 3 years. You can see from some of those stats there as well. This one for the 5-star partners in Ikigai. And Alex won 3 classes actually that week in Toronto. Now, time to shake things up for them again here.
So I don't know if his horse was spooking at number 1 or if he really just had to get up to the distance, but he really had to, about 3-4 strides out, you see him really ride that oxer pretty hard. Six is very steady, but Alex rode it really well.
Again, he's been riding onto some of the US teams the last 2-3 seasons over in Europe as well. You can see it. I mean, they're turning in just that last little bit of turn into it and just getting flat there.
Yeah, if you catch A, great, then your problem is back rail at B or C. If you're coming in a little bit slower deep at A, then the problem's there.
So that exactly what you want to do is be a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger at the first part, as you say. You've then lost that momentum to get the push to the second part.
And he's still putting together a very solid round.
Just on the fall for Alex Matz so far, and Ikigai. Little push there to the finish.
You see how that end gate drew him out to the right. And he really, his horse got the end gate, got his eye on the end gate, and he really had to put some outside leg and did a good job of redirecting his focus to that last jump.
4 jumping one time, finishing on a total of 5 there, 79.23 for Alex Matz and Ikigai. For them, it is into 5th place at the moment. Lily Keelan, the only clear. Nina Malavey in 2nd with Dynasty on the 4 faults. Emily Contra on 4. Mark Blumen on 4. We should also point out we're going in reverse order of the qualifiers earlier on this week as well. So, you know, as we get into this second half, we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger in terms of form.
Essentially stronger based on their performance on Thursday.
Week, Alexandra Worthington, Ali with De La Lucière now is the French-bred gelding for the Turn a Blind Eye, LLC. Now again, she has been really strong into a whole group of Grand Prix leading up to this. This would be another step up for them here, and now she's got to get the composure back.
Yeah, so we just saw Alex's horse spook a little bit at that first jump, and he had to ride it very hard, and then Alex's horse did the same thing.
Yeah, she's going to return. It's actually a shame not to see her, because actually she was one I was talking up a little bit earlier in the pre-show as well. I was hoping for a big round from her tonight, but not to be. And I honestly don't see, from where we're sitting, any huge reason for that either from that point.
It's got those black gates underneath that maybe just catch the eye of a few horses, and I think for most horses at this level that serves as almost like a nice ground line, as a nice first jump
it
that
should
you
be
can
a
ride
nice,
up to.
It's a 145 fence to start off with. It should be a nice lead in, but new partnership here because he's taking over the ride while she's watching from the sidelines for Georgina Bloomberg. This is Cassina for Spencer Smith, and is the mare by Cassini for him. He was an amazing season last year as well for him, including being on the winning team in Dublin with Keeneland from that point of view. He jumps on Georgina's New York Empire team as well, the Global Champions League. He started strong in his season too. You know, jumped in the 5-star previously. It's only their second show together. But as I say, he's also very good at picking up a ride, and they'll have been working together at home and see how we fare here. But this might be a big ask, we'll see.
It's no easy feat to get on a new horse and jump a 5-star, but very expressive there behind. Over the wall, you see a little bit of a touch in front. The horse is jumping super, hind end way up in the air. See the horse land a little shallow off of B of that double, and Spencer used that to his advantage for that steady 6. So 7 into the triple. Super ride there. See the body control there at C. Bit of touch.
Breathe. Now keep it together.
Off of this one, great. You see the hind end is working really well.
Yeah.
I think Spencer's just.
I mean, as a horse, it's a fantastic horse, isn't it? And great job. Great job. Brilliant.
Wow.
77-13, and as I say, very new partnership. As we talked at the start of this, that's an even bigger achievement there with Spencer Smith and super horse for Georgina Bloomberg there in Cassina. Really impressed by that one.
Really impressed. I mean, that's not easy to do, to come, you know, get a horse like that. I mean, it's obviously a great horse, but to only have it for a few weeks and learn so quickly and figure each other out. I mean, the horse has to figure you out as well.
Yeah.
We did get a little bit low at that left leg there, but what a great ride, what a great round.
Taking luck when it comes. And Elise Oka now of the USA, this is the High Hopes Farms. Forestal is going to be up next for Elise. And again, this is a horse that's getting a little bit more 5-star experience with her. She's had some brilliant runs with Gelvira already as well. And now giving this 11-year-old a little bit more exposure for Elise. Jumped in their first 5-star Grand Prix. Actually, Gelvira, she's, as I say, had the best results in the last 12 months or so. She finished well. Top 3, in fact, the World Cup qualifier in Traverse City up in Michigan. Also was top 6 in the World Cup qualifier just last week in Ocala as well. This pair finishing 13th in the Grand Prix, the Fidelity Grand Prix, and you go, okay, that sounds a little bit further down, but they jumped for 1 time fault.
Yeah, clear over the jumps just with a time fault. So, and that was no walk in the park, that Grand Prix. So, you know, Elise is planning to do World Cup finals on her other horse. So she's probably, you know, having this horse step up and is the new #1 right now as she preps her other horse for World Cup finals. Very composed so far. I'm sure she's thinking about the time allowed a bit for having that time fold a couple weeks ago here.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's too bad. Got a little bit stalled up coming in there, made that back rail just a little bit hard to reach. She adds and does 7 to the plank there. I think that was planned. I bet she just felt that her horse landed a little shallow off that oxen and decided to do 7, which it worked out well.
Gets home on just the 4 faults, 79-16. We're actually going to add 1 time fault there as well. So a total of 5 this time for Elise Oka and Forestal. 1 time fault last time around, 1 fence this time plus a time fault. Again, she can't be too disappointed with that, but again, she's just on the edge of being really with the top rounds there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a super round. That's too bad. Just a little bit stalled coming in there. I mean, just you want to have maybe a little more momentum than she got coming in. Had the back rail down, but super round by Lisi.
Concluding rider of our first half, Jordan Coyle now for the Falkirk Farm with the Irishman with Juriska, and winner of the speed class here on Friday as well, the Bainbridge class. The horse that came from the Ashford Farm, and Jordan top 3 previously in the Fidelity Grand Prix with a horse called 4 Gold. That was last year as well. This pairing again not been out too much yet this season. Last out really until they started here in the last week or so in Toronto. Former Italian ride as well, but he's a multi 5-star Grand Prix runner as well. Going to be really interesting to see how they perform here. We've got 2 clears so far with Spencer Smith and Lily Keenan tonight.
I mean, Jordan just does such a good job with so many different types of horses, but what I think he really does well is he really allows horses to jump and take their time. He's able to be quick without rushing the horses. Got away with one there, but unfortunately B does come down. Does a 6 to the plank, and then this difficult 7 to the Liverpool Oxer. Coming home with 4 faults to the last line, the skinny vertical meter 60, doing the steady 6.
Just on the 4 there, it's +1 time, 79.60 into 8th place so far for Jordan Coyle and Juriska. So with the 2 clears so far in this Lugano Grand Prix, Spencer Smith and Lily Keenan, the clears at this stage. And it'll look down this Lugano triple combination that's caused problems for so many so far. It's an absolute accuracy test down there so far, Michael. And then a look back here at the triple bar is where they come into it. It's got all sorts of ingredients to that line.
It sure does. The triple combination stuff. I don't think the course designer thought it was going to ride as tough as it has, but I think it's all about how you catch that triple bar coming into it. And the end of the course is definitely tricky, but we got an exciting second half coming up.
Okay, so 2 clears so far. Spencer Smith and Lily Keenan as our clears to date. Nina Malavey in the 3rd spot on the 4 faults at 75.22. We're going to catch up with a couple of our riders in a few moments' time of how they thought there with the 2 clears as well of Lily and of Spencer too. So looking forward to that. Coming up into our second half in a few minutes' time. We're going to be back after a very short break. Join us for what's coming up in this $500,000 Lugano Grand Prix here tonight in Wellington.
Giving back's been something that's always been incredibly important to me.
It doesn't matter where you come from all over the world. We are all people. We need to do something together.
I think if you helped one person, you've made an impact.
This younger generation is what inspires me.
I think an extraordinary life to me would be to take chances, to take risks.
You can't make yourself be iconic. It just, you are.
When I look at a painting and my heart starts beating, that's impact. Or a piece of jewelry, definitely.
Here in Wellington, and fabulous night of competition. Tough night of competition so far as well, just after 8 o'clock local time. And with perfect timing, we bring you as well USEF, the presenting sponsor of our live stream, in part with support of US Equestrian Federation and the USEF network as well. As you see, powered by clipmyhorse.tv there too. Thanks to them, and to Lugano, our presenting sponsor here tonight of this Lugano Grand Prix, creating a collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art, and either see them on site or visit LuganoDiamonds.com.
1 in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hacked. System hacked. System hacked.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
I think I found them.
Really?
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look it.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Something like the US Open would be incredible to have in your trophy room.
It was typically the hardest Grand Prix of this winter season down here.
Trying to get to the highest level. As long as I don't make a mistake, he can do this very easily. Getting closer, I would like to think, so I'm there to compete.
How about the great hitter Spencer Smith for the USA?
Obviously, it's a sport, but at the same time, the only reason I do this is because I love horses.
Hi, buddy.
He's really been an incredible horse.
Everyone wants to win a Rolex Grand Prix.
I think adding the US Open in a great new initiative, and I think it's only going to bring more excitement and more prestige.
More ground line, please.
First jump is nice.
It's really all leading towards the US Open.
The person that stamps their name on it is gonna, kind of go down in history, and we all want to do that.
Ask if this is your first 5.
Thanks to Lugano, steps towards that as well, and thanks to them, they're presenting it, sponsor of our $500,000 Grand Prix here tonight. Like I say, you can visit them on site here in Wellington, and their various sites around the country and the world now, and also globally on their website, LuganoDiamonds.com too. Lit up an exciting night here in Wellington. It's a tense night. 2 clears so far, with Lily Keenan and Spencer Smith in the mix at the moment. How many more will be joining them into the jump-off of this class? We're going to start to unfold with that very shortly as well. Ali's down into the warm-up as well, and is going to be catching up with some of our riders too, and hopefully going to be down there with Spencer Smith. Hello, Al.
Hey, Stephen. Nice to hear from you. I have Spencer Smith with me. We've only had 2 clear rounds in the first half. It's an incredibly difficult course. But this is a newer horse for you, if I'm correct. And is this your first 5-star with Casina?
Yes, this is my first 5-star with Casina. It's actually my first Grand Prix ever with Casina. She's Georgina's Bloomberg's horse, and she's been riding her all year. She's been clear in 5-stars with her, and she let me ride it for a few weeks here, and I'm very, thankful to her because she's an amazing animal. Amazing.
She looks incredibly fun. That was an amazing round. She jumped incredible. So what's next for Casina then? What's next for the 2 of you?
I'm just gonna enjoy tonight, try to have a fast jump off, put in a good round, and then keep her legged up for Georgina when she's back ready to go.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and good luck in the jump off. Thank you so much. Back to you, Stephen.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing them ticking over, and going to be a big night for them tonight. Could they pull it off? The $500,000 Lugano Grand Prix here tonight. We will see. Brilliant ride from Spencer there as well. And brilliant ride from our first rider as well, who is with Ali too down in the warm-up, and it is the lovely and exciting and brilliant performance from Lily Keenan.
Hey, Stephen. I'm down here now with Lily. The first of the 2 clear rounds, and only 2 clear rounds thus far. That was an amazing round. The crowd was with you. Your horse jumped incredible. Argan, he was amazing. So take us through your course. How did he feel? Were you worried about anything, or take us through your course there?
So obviously going early, you kind of have to stick to your plan, and I felt really good about my plan. And actually Spencer and I went over the course together, so I guess our plan was great. And Argan is incredibly reliable. He knows his job, and as long as I don't get too much in his way, he usually figures it out for me, just like he did tonight. So yeah, I think the course is challenging enough, but if you can stick to a good plan, it'll work out.
And if you can't tell from the behind-the-scenes background, I mean, there's so much atmosphere going on. How do you stay focused? How do you keep Argan focused?
Honestly, the more atmosphere, the better. For me, it kind of puts me in the zone, and I would say most of the best horses, it actually pumps them up in a good way, and that's definitely true for Argan.
Yeah, for sure. Now you have to wait for the entire second half of the class. How do you stay focused? What are you going to do?
Usually the second half is stronger because the way that the order is worked out, so I try to just watch some of the best riders, try to learn something, not worry too much about it, and just focus on my next round.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and good luck in the jump-off. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much. Yeah, great to hear from both of them, and it is good to see, as you say, lots of atmosphere, lots of people involved here tonight as well, and great to hear from Spencer and from Lily. We're actually going to hear from Spencer up in the booth here as well in just a few moments' time as he's coming up to join us. Great performance there with Casina, but as Lily was saying, we're going to our second half of the class as well, and it's going to be very strong indeed. Just the finishing touches to the course out there at the moment, and as you see, ramping up the atmosphere. Michael Morrissey's been alongside me tonight so far as well. As Lily said, it gives it, again, a feel of a big event here.
They've really upped their game with the lighting and the music. It really makes the atmosphere feel very special, important, and that's what a 5-star should be.
It certainly is, and it's got loads of feel to it as well. We saw a brilliant performance for the Fidelity Grand Prix, and we're looking forward to hopefully some more of the same. So 2 clears on the card so far. Michael, as you say, we're going into a stronger group back here. We've got Derek Kenny coming up, Ben Mayer in the mix as well. All of those coming down towards the tail end too. And Spencer Smith, who's clear, and I'm delighted to say, with us here in the commentary box too. Spence, we can get into a little bit more detail now. New ride, as we said for you there with Georgina. Fantastic horse. She was with us, me in the commentary box last week as well. Lily said you and she went over the plan together about how to ride this. Have you told the others?
Yeah, I didn't tell the others. No, Lily and I went over, but we both get a lot of advice from McLean, obviously, so we're kind of on the same page mostly. And I also had Georgina in the warm-up tonight. She was down there and giving me, I don't know her that well, Casina, and she gave me exactly what needed to be done, here, there, whatever, and she's awesome. And Jimmy Doyle, of course, always there, every step of the way, helping me at home, working with me for the last 5 years, basically, so.
It's we obviously go into this with certain expectations or no expectations, depending on how you've gone into this in terms of having not jumped the horse before. Obviously, probably exceeded them there.
Yeah, I think I really had a feeling with this mare. She's awesome, and Jimmy believes in her so much, and Georgina does the same. They really are just crazy about her. So I really was feeding off of their energy and believed in it also, and they were right. She's awesome.
She certainly is. Plenty more in there. Michael Morrissey alongside me as well. What did you think, Michael?
Well, I think it's very hard to come into a class this big, this much atmosphere with a horse you don't know, and to trust it. I would have to say to Spencer, that must have been the hardest thing. Even just the wall at number 2 for AB's, spooky jump, and to be able to go in and trust a horse that you don't know that well and not put too much pressure on the horse. It was really fun to watch.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Let's talk the course, because it's been tough out there so far. What have you made of it, Spencer?
Yeah, I walked the whole week tough. I thought the qualifier when I walked it was tough, and I had a really good horse in that as well. Keeneland's he's been my top horse all year, and There were many clear, but I thought that was tough anyway. And then I walked this tonight, and I have to say it's proper jumping. I mean, it's no doubt about it. I knew it when I walked it. I can't pretend that it's not. It's like, you know, it's tough out there. So
one of the lines that we've been talking a lot about, because it comes up a lot, is the triple bar to the triple combination.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on riding that?
I was between 8 and 7. I think a lot of people walking it were, but I walked it a bunch of times and I couldn't quite get the 7. But I was kind of planning in my head 8 until the last minute. But Georgina said she has so much stride, and she anyways favors a little bit the right side. She was like, you're going to be, you know, feeling like it's a 9 and 7. So, and she was right. I was super wading in, I thought.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a no-brainer. 8 would have been too slow for her big stride.
I think that line favors a big strided horse doing the 7.
Yeah.
I think most of the horses doing the 8 are getting stuck at A.
Yeah.
And then they're having to ride B too hard, and it's sending them at C. So they're either, the 8 is either getting too stuck and they're having A down, or they're really having to ride B and have C down. So I was happy to see you do that 7.
Well, let's see around with the top U25 rider right now in Carlos Sanguerrero and the H5 Sport Horses, H5 Origi Horta, a super combination together here as well, and finished well in the San Miguel Grand Prix in the 5-star last year. Again, this is another move forward for this pair. And Spence, I mean, you've obviously seen Carlos ride a lot now. I mean, he's topping the U25 list globally. It'd be really interesting to see what we get here tonight.
Yeah, Carlos is an amazing rider, amazing support system. His whole family is in the sport.
Yes.
And
they're all riding.
They all ride. I spent a lot of time, we kind of base at Stefek Stables in Belgium the last few years together, so we hang out quite a bit. And he's a super guy, hard worker, and he could definitely put in a clear round tonight. Shoot, unlucky fence there. I think that triple's tough.
It's very tough.
And in terms of the way it's put together, because I mean, you're a standard one stride. I mean, 8 meters, Spencer there. So it's not unusual in what he's throwing together, but it's the way it's linked
Just
together.
the way it's such a crooked line coming to it. I mean, you know, if you went straight, you could end up in 10. If you went in, you could end up in 6. You know, it's just all over the place. So.
And that orange oxer with the Liverpool is having some issues. What do you take on that?
I thought that was tough when I walked it. I knew after that careful plank, then you have kind of a massive Liverpool, and that front rail comes at you really quick in that 7. I was lucky to stay very wide there, and I could give a gap.
Finish on total 12.76.27 there for Carlos Sanguerrero and H5 Origi Horta. Michael, what do you make of his round?
Yeah, a super round. He got caught up there. That orange oxer was very difficult at the Liverpool. He had to plank down behind it. I call that a little bit the snowball effect when one mistake leads to the next. But unfortunately, finished with 12 faults. But overall, not a bad round at all.
And we're going to be heading into our next view. I'm just going to hold on to you for one more minute, Spencer, from that point of view. Shane Sweetnam going now with his own of the Popish Farm, the Seabrook LLC's Girona AO. Michael, you've probably seen this one a few times already as well. It's a horse that's come steadily into this level for him. Of course, he's had some really good rounds with James Can-Cruz in the last few weeks as well. Have you got a take on this one?
I think he's had this horse for a while, but he's just now stepping it up into these bigger 160 type classes. I think he's done maybe 1 or 2 160 classes before, so he feels very strongly about this horse. You know, Shane's such a competitor. He's got a great string, and I feel like he's always making the right moves.
Spencer, having just written this, the walls caused some problems early on.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Yeah, I was surprised the wall caught a few people out, but I think it just comes at you a little quicker than you imagine. It's not that spooky. It's kind of plain, actually, and very narrow. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a funny wall. You don't see one like that too often. Shane's putting in a nice round here. Oh, jeez, I jinxed. I'm sorry, Shane.
It's not your fault.
No, Shane's an amazing rider and a super person. He trains a lot of people also, and he's one of the people I would ask, you know, before I ride a class. He's one of the maybe 3 people that I really think about.
Which is always interesting from all of you competing, in that you go, oh, we can all talk together, because you'd think, oh, you're in a sport, you know, if you were playing other sports, you'd go, well, I'm keeping my game plan to myself.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a really hard sport, so everyone's trying to. We all put so much work into it. I think we're all trying to help each other in a way. I mean, if I'm not winning today, I'm happy to help my friend win, and you know, I'm friends with Shane, so I'd be happy to do whatever I can.
Well, you've got to go up against one of your friends so far in Lily Keenan. How are you feeling about that one?
That's good. I hope to. Yeah, I mean, she's super competitor, super rider. So, I mean, once you're in the jump off, friends are.
Are you going to give her tips before the jump off?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Not going over the game plan together?
No. She knows her plan. She'll be all right.
She'll be all right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. In terms of what came out, you mentioned McLean in there. McLean's back in the frame tonight. You know, he's been off with injury. He's back into this tonight. What's been the sort of talk in the Ward camp? I know he's raring to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's only, been off a couple weeks, so he already started the week with a bang. Won the class there. Almost won yesterday the 150. Clear in the WEF. I mean, he's McLean. He's on fire again, and he's going to most likely jump clear tonight and be a strong one in the jump off. So.
Excellent. Elena Haas on course now with Claude. It's been a lovely combination for her, the Gelding Westphalian for her. And again, she's had a really good run throughout Spruce Meadows. She's only 21 from that point of view, but I know I've interviewed her before through the U25s, Michael. She's got a great attitude, great ability, and I think she could jump some big rounds, and she jumped some big rounds in the WEF this week.
Yeah, I mean, this horse is a very nice horse, capable, very, very scopy horse. Elaine does a great job. She had that nice second place at Spruce in a 5-star Grand Prix. Oh, just had B the triple. I mean, it's such a difficult triple combination tonight. I don't think it necessarily walks so hard, did you? It's more leading into it.
Kind of on the crest of the ring, though, and B is really a scopy oxer. And A is quite airy, so it kind of takes you away, and then you have to get into it. So I don't know. It's just it's tough. I wouldn't.
But you found the keys. That was all right.
I'm a good horse, and she knows what to do.
Just on the 4 so far for Elena. In fact, 8 faults so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael, she's ridden a really good round.
Yeah, she rode great. I thought that was a great round. And that 5 got maybe a little bit flat there for the second rail, and that triple is just riding so difficult for everybody. But it was a little bit the same rail, vertical behind. So, but definitely a positive round.
We're going to let Spencer escape. Good luck to him tonight. He's into the jump off so far. 2 of those, from their point of view, it was just a little on the balance, wasn't it, there?
Yeah, she had actually the back rail of the oxygen. I thought she had C down, but yeah, it's just that triple combination. It's so hard to get in there exactly balanced and how you want to get in there with the angle. Like Spencer mentioned, the crest of the ring. You think of it as being a flat ring, but it is actually crested there a little bit in the middle.
Well, yeah, from a drainage point of view, etc. Absolutely.
And B is sitting right at the top of that, so it's riding just a hair uphill and scopy, and then C is obviously downhill a touch.
We're talking tiny fractions of this sport now. René Dittmer and Corsica for the German rider, the horse owned by Mark Miness. Again, have been a wonderful combination together. They won the Hampton Classic Grand Prix last year. He jumped on Nations Cup last year, jumped in the Fidelity Grand Prix 2 weeks ago in the 5-star there for double clear, finished in 4th place. They've got the form here to plot their way around here, Michael.
Yeah, just unfortunate. That this horse statistically has great stats. It's jumped 27 meter 60 classes together with René. It's been clear in almost 50% of them. Double clear in 4th in the 5-star just a few weeks ago. Just unfortunately another horse and rider combination to get caught up in that triple combination.
Yeah, very swiftly scores are turning into 8 faults. We've got 3 on straight 4 faults, and then another 4 following that with 4 faults and time faults after that. Nina Malave still sitting in 3rd place on the 4 faults at the moment. 8 faults there for René Dittmer, and course to go top 10 at 75.23. I think there's going to be even more head scratching down there, although Spencer said, this is sort of how you do it, and you figure it out, and it's fine. It's not proving easy there.
I don't think there's so much of an advantage to go at the end now. I think the plan is the same as it was at the beginning of the class. I just think you really have to get straight and get balanced, and that triple combination is playing hard.
Eduardo de Menezes and with the mare Hot and Spicy. Now, again, this one's quite an interesting story. Jumped her a few weeks ago. She jumped fantastically. Jumped for 1 time in the NetJets Grand Prix. Now, she was a horse that had been in and out of injury. He was telling me about it the other day at various times in her career. And basically, it had gone off to be a broodmare and essentially retired. And she just her injuries passed by. She got back in. You know, she was in the field, very excited about it. They went, okay, well, let's try her again. And she jumped fantastically the other day, and she's just quietly been coming back. Now, okay, just flicks away a brick out of there, but you know, she's a horse that he really does love.
Yeah, that's an excellent success story. You know, you think that the horse is injured and maybe retired, and look, it's jumping to 5 stars, so that's a huge bonus. Just goes to show you their care and their prep on their horses, I'm sure, is just top notch.
And this is another step up for her again. As I say, she jumped really well in the NetJets Grand Prix the other day. Just a brick on the wall. And actually the triple bar this time, which again, as you say, we don't expect to see the triple bar, but that's because they're trying to get their setup for the triple combination.
Yeah, it's a lovely type horse too. It's very light, athletic, a little bit of blood, just like its name, Hot and Spicy. It's a nice type. It's a type I would like to ride for sure.
It's one of your sort of types, isn't it? You like them with a bit of fire about them.
Oh, fire, good balance uphill, light, a lovely horse.
Finished on a total of 8 there. There's Dad, 78.65. Father of Carlos St. Guerrero, who jumped before there, and an owner of Hot and Spicy. As the H5 team. The H5 team encompasses Carlos St. Guerrero, Eduardo de Menezes as trainer and rider in there as well. But as we mentioned earlier, the whole of that, the Hank family there that compete. As I say, Dad was one of those. He was jumping earlier on today. I was talking to him. Laura Crouch of the USA, world number 20, and with a former winning ride here of Ballatinu. 2023 winners of this title. They finished top 4 in the $1 million in Thermal back before Christmas, but more importantly, this is a horse that she's now ridden at 2 Olympic Games to 2 medals, Paris and of course into Tokyo as well. From that point of view, since Bride's Farms right now, 15 years of age. More of the same, I guess, Michael.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this horse. Hasn't done so much yet this winter. You know, she was double clear in 4th in the $1 million Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix in Thermal. And really hasn't jumped a real big class since then. So not that it needs a lot of prep. Experienced horse, jumped 2 Olympics, expected to come out and be fresh and ready to go.
It could be really interesting to see how Laura tackles that triple to triple.
So she's going to do the 8. She cut in and went wide here. Yeah, you could tell based on the ride to the triple bar. See, she shaved the turn and put extra shape in there so that she could make the 8 not so stally. She had a little rub at A, but got away with it.
A little touch there. Still good.
Oh.
Huge groan from the crowd.
Really was. You see who the crowd favorite sounds like here. It looks like she lost her stirrup there too. She got it back. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Just going to be on the floor there. 75.38. Time wasn't an issue for them. They'll go into 4th place so far. Nina Malave just a little quicker on 75.22. Again, a little bit of a shame there, Michael.
It is that tricky line, that orange oxer. It just, see, it's really hard to get the horses focused and straight to it. It's on such an abrupt angle. You can't really see it probably on the live stream, but it's really set at like a 90-degree angle off of a short turn. And the horses turn, they have 2 strides to really get focused and get balance to it.
And it's not like it's square onto the side of the arena, if you know what I mean. You've got a little bit of an angle, as you say there. So you're coming to it. It's not like you get out to the wall and go back at it on an angle.
And it's only 1.70 meters wide with a Liverpool underneath it.
Is that all?
That's it.
Is that all? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's take a look with Bull Run's Jaira and Kristen van der Veen. Well into our order now. 26th of the lineup so far. In fact, just for those following, Margie Engel is a scratch in the latter part of this. Kristen and this Holsteiner for the Bull Run's jumpers.
think that's the first time we've seen that jump come down. Looks like her horse just kind of cut in on it just a touch. That 6 got awfully steady and has that down as well. So sitting on 8 faults coming into the triple bar. She does the 7. See the triple coming down there. Big effort over that oxer. No, tip of the hat, she's coming out.
Yeah, decided to retire there, Kristen van der Veen and Bulrun's Gyro this time. So, as you say, they will save the combination for another day. Clears-wise, we've got 2 of those at the moment, Spencer Smith and Lily Keenan off the list. Now, if you're down in the warm-up at this point as a rider, are you trying to just sort of block out what's going on with others that are having issues? You just got to stick to your plan and keep in your own head at this point?
Yeah, as a rider, I love classes like this, and, you know, because then the clear round feels so much better.
Yeah.
You know, when you jump clear round and there's only 2 clear and you're the 3rd, or
yeah,
it just makes it feel that much more special.
I want to get in there. I want to get stuck in and give it a go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see whether Nicola Philipparts can get stuck in there. And he could do with this horse because it is a fantastic horse. It is Katanga is the mare by Cardento that have won a big 5-star Grand Prix. Le Ball Grand Prix previously in France. He's a winner. Different ride there on to Mexico City Grand Prix last season. They were top 5 in the Grand Prix here 2 weeks ago as well. So this is a pair with all the credentials here, Michael.
And a lot of money. They've won 2.7 million euros together.
Oh, is that all?
That's all.
Yeah, what about wow. Yeah, no, really good combination together.
They've jumped 49 meter 60 clear rounds.
So this is one I would be looking at to say, okay, this should be up their street.
So this is probably, this along with Laura, is probably one of the 2 most seasoned teams together as far as horse and rider team. Oh, great through the triple combination.
Right. And you saw he came off that triple, landed, and they just really condensed up the stride, didn't they, to get themselves right and in the right spot.
Yeah, and not easy on this mare. I mean, he wins a lot on this horse, but this horse has a difficult mouth and it is difficult to place correctly at the jumps. See, she's super careful and fast. Just kind of has her own unique way of going. She's really got to fight to get her back here before this skinny. I think he added and did 7 there, actually. Great rounds.
It works. It gives us the third of the clears there with Katanga and Nicola Philipparts adding to the mix. But Michael, not the biggest surprise in the world. I mean, it's not easy to do tonight. We've had some real surprises in terms of ones we expected to produce some good stuff and just miss out. But again, Katanga, top few in the Fidelity Grand Prix, big 5-star winners before now. They're where they should be.
Yeah, I would definitely not count out Nicola on that horse any day of the week, and he gave it a great ride. She's a trier, and watch out in the jump off for those 2.
Watch out in the jump off for Nicola Philipparts. Tiffany Foster, as we go into Electric as the ride for the 5 Roosters. Now, as we said, we're going in reverse order of those in qualifying. 3 clears. The prediction at the start of the night from Ty's Rowan was 6. Oh, first fence for Tiffany. This is the pair that won the Ottawa Grand Prix last year, and a brick at the second. I don't actually think Ty's is going to be far off with a 6, do you?
I think she was pretty close to spot on. I would bet there is 6.
Yeah.
3 now. There's very strong here at the end. We might not even get 6.
I'm going to bet on the 6. Stick my neck out. Okay. But
I'll go 5.
I don't disagree with you either.
Well, 2 early rails, the first and second jump. The horse seems like it's settled in. So he made easy work of the triple combination.
And that's the thing. I mean, Tiffany has been a sort of quieter start to the big classes this season. So although they've not had the perfect start, she's actually done absolutely the right thing and gone, we're not stopping at this point because there's a good round in here yet.
Yeah, I mean, the horse is getting better and better, so maybe, I don't know the horse so well, maybe it's just a little bit greener at the 5-star top level, but it's certainly getting better.
And has done some of these, but this would probably be one of the grittier ones, shall I put it, to get in there. But again, a good round behind them, finishing on a total of 12, plus 1 for time, 79.33. But to bring them back into the season on this 11-year-old for Tiffany, yeah, more to come, I think. It was a horse that was with Kent Farrington.
Young
brilliant. Yeah.
Meyer before that.
Yeah. Yeah, back to the Hermes Oxa, as you say, 1.70 m in spread, but just pushed off the front bar.
Yeah, I mean, that orange Oxer is just so difficult, the placement of it.
McLean Ward, world number 7, back, hungry, excited, 3-time winner of this Grand Prix with HH Azure, with Annie before now as well. Since last year, been Olympic silver medalist, now with Callis. Callis now 17 years of age for the Beechwood Stables, been a great horse for him as well. He's been a 5-star winner with this horse, in fact, 2023, the Fidelity Grand Prix together. As Spencer said, he's going to be hungry for this.
He's definitely hungry. I mean, I'm sure McLean is upset that he missed the last few weeks of jumping. But obviously there's no rust in there. He's had a huge week already. This horse is jumping great.
Again, good to be coming in here with a long-time partnership from that point of view, Michael.
Ooh. That's about as hard as you can rub a jump and it stays up, so.
Maybe it's your night.
McLean is just always so exact, methodical with his round.
This place will erupt if this is pulled off. Oh.
You see the horse landed a little shallow off that Oxer, and he had to, add a little pressure there, get him up in the 5.
Stand by. There it is. Now, support team watching on, everyone watching on. Big cheers in the stadium. It is clear round number 4. McLean himself, look at his face there. It was a little bit of, I think there was a couple we got away with there. But if your luck's on your side, take it.
Yeah. We all need the luck.
Yeah.
I mean, you need luck. Even McLean needs luck. But, I mean, he's got to be thrilled with that. To come back in from an injury like he's had, miss a few weeks, and jump right back into a 5-star jump clear. That just shows the determination and the focus that McLean has.
Well, focused in with the 4th clear round of this Lugano Grand Prix here tonight for McLean Ward, going clear alongside Nicola Philippas. Then the 2, as I say, he was advising in Lily Keenan and Spencer Smith. 24-year-old Alex Volpe, Alessandra Volpe with the Cedar Fox of California's Gypsy Love now. Trains with the Beerbaums with Marcus and Meredith, and jumped around for 4 faults last year in the American Gold Cup, which set them up nicely. They were 7th in the Fidelity Grand Prix here 2 weeks ago with a double clear there as well. They really have been on the right trajectory here, Michael.
Yeah, I watched the Fidelity class where she was double clear. I was really impressed with this horse. I saw her jump at the American Gold Cup in the fall, so really liked this horse. I think Alessandra's really upped her game. She's really become a really top rider. Doing great under the guidance of Marcus Beerbaum now. He's an amazing trainer.
Little touch in the Lugano triple.
See, this horse has a lot of blood. It picks up a little bit at the end of the course. What you need for that, Oxer. You need a little half hold here before the skinny. Check up.
Oh. Lightest of touches. Going to be 4, 76.63. It's that pensive look at the end that goes, we were so close. Michael Morrissey alongside me. Michael, I mean, that was so close.
It was so close. The horse, they deserved clear round. They jumped so great, but kind of could see that coming. The horse was just getting a little bit quick at the end, I would say, and I think she tried to do a good job of setting that horse up, and it was just unfortunate. A little bit of a cheap rail on that skinny. That skinny is that lightest touch takes that rail down.
But again, that's where you're getting into design here. With 14 fences on the course, you do 11 and 12 in most classes and go done and dusted. And he takes you running parallel to where you've just been and says, no, bit more yet. And that's where you really get the test, the difference between doing, say, the Thursday class to doing the Grand Prix on a Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 14 numbered jumps plus, triple combinations out there, and you have a double early on. It's an endurance test tonight. Luckily, we have beautiful weather. It's great weather for show jumping.
Couldn't
it's a
be
little
better.
bit on the chilly night, with the horses definitely enjoy.
To Niall Nassar now, and Niall with ESI Ali, this Irish-bred now 10-year-old gelding for the Evergate stables. He was winner of the Southern Arches Grand Prix to start off the season, top 3 in the Net Jets in the WEF there as well. Riding one at Spruce in the summer as a partnership too, but they've really stepped up as a really good partnership here. Now that was interesting. Gives the wing a little flick, but he's inside the flags, etc. It drops back into position.
So the horse shifted very hard there at the first jump, and then again at the wall knocks the flag down. But still clear, doesn't count.
Yeah, he was within it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he'd been a fence with poles on, it would have been down. But unfortunately, there goes the Lugano. So just sitting on 4, like we say, 4 faults very much in the money at the moment. The 4 faulters going down. Mark Blumen, the slowest of the 4 faulters, in 10th place at this stage. So he's still in some good money potentially yet.
Very direct path to that ox there. Just with the one down, it's having a very nice round. And I think this combination is new at this high of a level. I think they've only jumped a couple 160 rounds. So to jump a 5-star like this with just 4 faults and a fast time, he should be in the 6th place.
Absolutely. There's wife Jen watching on, gives a little round of applause. Good round there for Niall Nassar and ESI Ali. Just on the 4, let's have a little look back. Just starts to get a little far away. What's your thought?
I think he was helping the horse out there and might have given it just a hair more gap than he wanted to.
Yeah.
I think the idea was right.
It just didn't quite work out.
It just didn't quite work out.
Well, number 3, highest ranked in the field here tonight, Kent Farrington. Kent and Greer, winners of the Fidelity Grand Prix here 2 weeks ago as well. Can he do it again is the question. I'm not going to bet against it because he could well do it. Winners of the Le Ball Grand Prix last year out in France. Now, can Kent Farrington double up on Grand Prix? He's been in, and there's so much, Michael, that counts. I mean, for him, he's generally in form, but really finding the form of won the World Cup the other day in Ocala, won the Fidelity here, win.
That's been Kent his whole life. I don't know anyone more determined than Kent is, and wanting to win everything. And that 5-star 2 weeks ago that he won was just, that jump off was incredible. A little touch there at that vertical. That was interesting. He even on that little horse did the 7 into the triple. Worked out great. His jump off 2 weeks ago was so fast, I can guarantee you the 4 clear riders right now are sweaty.
Despite a little bit cooler weather.
Ooh. Here comes this delicate skinny we just saw come down with the last rider. Clear.
And it's done it again, and it's achieved again.
Wow.
73.75. Kent Farrington ran easily with Greer. Now the rest have all got to take that in because that's clear round number 5, and he'll go later in the order for the American. So Kent Farrington clear alongside McLean Ward, Nicola Philipparts, to Lily Keenan and Spencer Smith. Now this is now turning into a very tasty looking jump off there, Michael.
Yeah, Kent's got the pole position right now at the end. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, you got McLean Ward, Nicola Philipparts, Kent Farrington, Spencer Smith, and Lily Keenan, all deserving riders. And
still with Ashley Bond, Ben Mayer, Lorenzo Luca to come, Dara Kenny, and for those we just saw watching on for Mario Delorier that rides in the ring now. Arima Pagumium's Costa Quick PS. Margie, unfortunately, withdrawing. And so we go on to Mario Delorier with Costa Quick. Now, he's jumped some super rounds with Emerson recently. Was top 5 in the World Cup qualifier in Toronto with this horse. But again, this is a little bit more of a step up for this horse here as well.
Yeah, this horse, I watched it jump a WEF maybe a few weeks ago. Jumped clear with a time fall, jumped really well. I think he's only done 1 or 2 meter 60s on this horse. So definitely this is a step up tonight. I'd say this is as true and big of a meter 60 as you will find. It's proving to be. Unfortunately, that vertical there, that's number 5 coming down. Big effort there over the triple bar.
Yeah, he's raising the hand and deciding to retire because again, you will know how much you want to ask, and if the horse has given a lot at this point and gone, it's happening. Maybe I don't want to, save some of it for another day. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, for a greener horse, maybe at this level, it's quite a big ask, and I think maybe Mario just wasn't feeling it was their night. He had to rail down and save it for the next class.
Keep it a positive experience. Dara Kenny and Eddie Blue for Carol Solak. And winning pairing in London just at the tail end of last year, just at Christmas there in the World Cup qualifier. That was the last time they were really out in full fire. I was watching them in action there. It was a brilliant top 3 there. Now can he carry that forward form once again? So a little bit of a breather for Eddie Blue until coming into this 5-star Grand Prix here tonight for the world number 18. Again, it's just been quietly getting back in the groove here in the last couple of weeks with this horse. Started well with 0K, another ride for Dara Kenny. Now, again, pre-show, Jimmy Turano was picking out Dara. They're pretty high on what he might come out with tonight.
You can never count out Dara Kenny, that's for sure. I think he's just a top rider. Definitely, I put him right up there with anybody. Just smooth. He's got the European background, but Missy Clark North Run equitation training at a young age has just really helped him out a lot.
Triple combination came through there really smoothly as well, going back to what you're talking about.
Yeah, he looked like he was riding an equitation class there. I think Dara's just got a lot of feel. Oh, got away with a little rub there.
One from home, time's looking good. Eddie Blue might get the blue tonight, 75.13. Dara Kenny in the mix as well as clear round number 6. So I'm up to my group, but I think we might get a bit more yet.
There's still some good combinations. I mean, Dara just made that look so easy. He's so smooth. That was beautifully ridden. His horse jumped great. Definitely made that look like an equitation round.
Well, Dara Kenny lives up to the expectations of our pundit Jimmy Turano a little bit earlier on as well, and to Michael's too, producing the clear, and so it gets more exciting again as the cream really does come to the top. McLean Ward, Nicola Philipparts, Kent Farrington, Dara Kenny into this second half of the clears. Like we say, they go in reverse order of the qualifying. 4 left to come into this first round. This pair jumped a really fantastic round earlier on this week for the Australian Olympian Tyser Irwin with Mike and Wendy Smith's Hialita B for the mare by Emerald. Be really interested to see what they do here on her Olympic ride.
Yeah, season together. These two have a lot of experience together. Tice's jumped all over the world. She spent a lot of time in Europe over the last couple of years. She had a great result in the WEF, obviously why she's going at the end of this course. So
jump round for 8 faults in the Fidelity Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. But as I say, it's just been edging bigger and bigger and bigger, better and better rounds with this pairing together. Just have to be wary of time as well.
I was just thinking the same thing. Maybe a little wide to the wall and the rollback on the Rolex Oxer.
I mean, sensible, but might be a fraction cautious. But let's deal with the rest of it first.
I think she's going to stay out and do the 8 stride, which she is doing.
Jumps well through there. Ooh, we've got a little loss of control around that turn. Get it together again. Catches up with them.
Unfortunately, the rideability just a little bit there at the end.
Got away with the pump at the Hermes. Just coming home on the 4. Just keep coming because it's going to make a big difference on prize money. And I think, just going to be over just by a fraction. There's owner Mike Smith up there. 79.38, 4 jumping 1 time.
Really was a super round. That's just too bad. I think the horse just got a little excited there around the turn, and she lost the rideability, lost, I think, the distance she was actually going for. And unfortunately, had that front and back rail down on that Oxer. Looks like a horse that's a little bit on the muscle, a little bit strong, and as the horse goes, it builds, and just lost the mount there for a second.
So remaining 3 left to go into this first round of the Lugano Grand Prix tonight. Very good round from Tizer once again. Time up on the Rolex clock, just about 8 minutes to 9 at this point.
I think course designer Anthony D'Ambrosio's got to be happy with the result right now. He's got a nice group of riders and probably a nice number.
And he said, because I interviewed him earlier on this week, he said, it's going to be a bigger ask. They had the Fidelity Grand Prix to get them back into it for the season. It was a good Grand Prix. This is going to be another ask again, and he's done exactly that, and in really clever ways.
Yeah. It's a fair track. Obviously, the triple combination is pretty tough, but it's definitely a fair track. He's getting rails everywhere. But definitely, I think it's a step up from the 5-star we saw 2 weeks ago.
Lorenzo Luca and Lewisburg Farms, the American-owned Denver de Talma, and this is the gelding that's gone so well for him. A newer partnership, as we saw there, been about 12 months or so now, and finished the year well in Geneva. Jumped very well in Aachen too. Won the 150 Classic onto week 5 as well. This is a little bit of what I suppose I'd call the stalking horse for me. This is one I feel that could come out the pack, but then I'm really sorry, Lorenzo, at the first fence. Okay, well, still
we're jinxing everybody
I know.
tonight.
That one was totally my fault, Lorenzo. I'm sorry. But I'm still going to stick by that for the upcoming Grand Prix as well. That's not quite seeing the form that we've seen out of them so far.
It'll be interesting to see, seasoned horse and rider combination have 2 early rails down, see how they can finish up this class. That's a little bit what I was expecting.
Yeah, he's going to say thank you and good night. So not feeling it tonight, unfortunately. Denver de Talma and Lorenzo de Luca deciding to retire.
Yeah, those two don't need to practice and save their energy for another night. And it was an off night for them. With the first jump, that was an odd rail for them to have down. So
it was, and like I say, I mean, up close and personal, watched them jump brilliant rounds in Geneva and in Aachen as well. So they are still very much on the radar to do some big things. I was lucky enough to go and watch him win gold medal in Paris as well. His third Olympic gold medal now, Ben Mayer. And
that's it, only 3.
Only 3. I've been present at all 3 actually.
Lucky you.
Lucky me. I've got to call all 3 of those home. It had nothing to do with me. It was his brilliant talent. But Ben Mayer, Charlotte Ruster and Pamela Wrights, Dallas Vegas Batty, this fabulous mare for Ben that was his Olympic ride as well. Say 3-time Olympic gold medalist, joins a very exclusive club there alongside Ludger Beerbaum, off the top of my head, from the stats point of view. And he was second in the WEF earlier on this week with Anjou de Récien, and now brings out Tilly here for the Grand Prix. No big surprise. Harry Charles was the one tipping Ben a little bit earlier on, saying, teammates to do something big tonight.
I have to say that wall, I'm so surprised. I mean, Ben left the wall up, but there's a lot of horses really not jumping that wall so well. And Ben's position is just, when you try and teach a student good body control and good position, I think.
Yeah.
Ben's the poster child for that. So much control, beautiful style.
But again, you look at the riders that he worked with early in his career, with the Eggers, you see someone like Liz Edgar was so beautiful to watch as a rider, Beat Manley, that early influence in there, and then and again spent time here in the United States too. So taken a lot of influences alongside natural talent. Now, can Ben? One more. Yep. In the frame. Ben Mayer, Dallas Vegas Batty. If you see them in a jump off, they're generally super slick. The world number 4 is going to have a little bit of advantage. Kent Farrington, last time around, he was last out, so he got to really fire all the guns at the finish. Kent's not going to have that in hand this time.
He's going to have Dara and Ben
yes,
chasing him down, and possibly our next rider.
Ashley Bond as well. He's going to be last to go as well. So he's not got quite all his own way this time. Final rider to go is going to be Ashley Bond. Ashley and her own Donatello 141. If you've watched this horse at all, you'll know that they go at about 6th gear most of the time, and that's the style they go in. They're forward moving. It's been very successful. It saw them to 11th place in the Olympics in Tokyo. It saw them win the $1 Million Grand Prix in Thermal last year, to add to a list of Grand Prix wins that they've had. Won the WEF Challenge Cup, the Adequan class earlier on this week, obviously as well. So it's been a highly successful partnership for this now, 14-year-old.
Yeah, it's a fun combination to watch. A lot of blood with this horse. It's a trier. Jump super there in the 6 over that Liverpool vertical. She does the 8 strides, but yeah, I think it just got there a little early in the 8, actually. I think she probably didn't anticipate to get there so soon in the 8.
Well, it's going to be advantage Ben Mayer in the jump off then, as he will go last tonight.
Ooh. Bit of a stutter there at the plank.
Well, not speed for Ashley Bond tonight, and Donatello, like I say, it's going to be Ben Mayer that's going to be last of that lineup to go. She takes a little circle back here. What's she going to do? Yeah, jumps the vertical end. They're done for the night there, which is a shame. It'd be fun to see them into the jump off, but not to be this time. Winner earlier on this week, Ashley Bond. And so 7 into the jump off of the Lugano Grand Prix here. An exciting night, $500,000 in the prize fund here. The fences being adjusted, ready for the jump off under the lights here tonight as well. Michael Morrissey alongside me. Tasty, I think, is the expression when you look at this lineup here.
I am really excited to see this jump off. This is going to be a great one.
Lily Keenan starts us off. Spencer Smith to go second with Christina. New ride for him as well. Nicola Philipparts, Katanga, plenty of mileage between the next two there. McLean Ward and Callis Kent Farrington looking to double up Grand Prix wins so far this season. One just 2 weeks ago with Greyer into the Fidelity Grand Prix. And so then it's going to be Dara Kenny and Ben Mayer last to go with Dallas Vegas Batty. It's going to be a real battle of the best. The world number 4 in there, the world number 3 in there, the world number 7 in there as well. So 3 of the top 10 in the world in tonight's showdown as well. It's going to kick off with the first in Lily Keenan and Ganda Belliard. Spencer Smith to go second with Casina. It's lights and action all here in Wellington here tonight. And we've got so many more fireworks for you to come into our jump off. Join us after the break. We'll be back for more here for the Lugano Grand Prix.
Giving back has been something that's always been incredibly important to me.
Doesn't matter where you come from all over the world, we are all people. We need to do something together.
I think if you've helped one person, you've made an impact.
This younger generation is what inspires me.
I think an extraordinary life to me would be to take chances, to take risks.
You can't make yourself be iconic. It just, you are.
When I look at a painting and my heart starts beating, that's impact. Or a piece of jewelry, definitely.
Thanks so much. Thanks. This has been great. Changing the strategy makes a lot of sense.
Doors.
Keep an eye out for the invitation. Can't wait to see it.
Bring us together. A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors with a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your
The
wealth.
architect left the plans in the back if you want to take a look.
She's so ready to take over. For retirement and everything else you're looking to build. We'll get there. Your Fidelity advisor can help your legacy last for generations. Doors were meant to be opened.
If only every adventure began with your makers of wishes come true. If only they anticipated every aspect of your imagination. They would remind you that surprises are for the child in all of us. Help you celebrate successes and ensure all your milestones are absolutely unforgettable. What if only was possible? It is with only NetJets.
US Equestrian, USCF, the presenting sponsor of the live streams here from Wellington International, in part support from the US Equestrian Federation and the USCF network as well. All the action here from Florida. And well into the action with a $500,000 Lugano Grand Prix here tonight. 5-star in every single way. And as a passionate supporter of the equestrian community, Lugano has created a collection of equestrian-inspired wearable works of art. Either see them at their sites all around the world or on their website, luganodiamonds.com.
1 in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hacked. System hacked. System hacked.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
US Equestrian. Thousands of equestrians have united
To watch, to learn, to experience, to compete. In the pursuit of fairness, safety, welfare, and joy.
From the grassroots to the Olympic Games.
Each with personal goals, but all united together for the joy of horse sports.
Ride united. Ride with US Equestrian.
I think I found them.
Really?
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look it.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Something like the US Open, it would be incredible to have in your trophy room.
It was typically the hardest Grand Prix of this winter season down here.
Trying to get to the highest level. As long as I don't make a mistake, he can do this very easily. getting closer, I would like to think. So I'm there to compete.
How about the gray hitter, Spencer Smith for the USA?
Obviously, it's a sport, but at the same time, the only reason I do this is because I love horses.
Hi, buddy.
He's really been an incredible horse.
Everyone wants to win a Rolex Grand Prix.
I think adding the U.S. Open in a great new initiative, and I think it's only going to bring more excitement and more prestige.
I'm on ground line, please.
First jump is nice.
It's really all leading towards the U.S. Open.
The person that stamps their name on it is going to, kind of go down in history, and we all want to do that.
Well, welcome back. Michael Morrissey, we've been watching the Grand Prix unfold here. It really has turned into a classic looking at the list that we've got into the jump-off.
Yeah, it's a strong field. It's all the top riders you want to see, and it's going to be an exciting jump-off.
Looking forward to seeing how this plays out. And with Lily Keenan kicking things off here, she's got Spencer Smith following her from that point of view. Lily's got a big task to get past this group here, because you're going to have Nicola Philipparts with Katanga fast. I don't need to say fast against any of these because they are all fast, but the quality of McLean Ward Callis, Kent Farrington Greer, Dara Kenny Eddie Blue, Ben Mayer last to go, Dallas Vegas Batty, which I'm expecting, snaky off we go. You've had a little look at the jump off it. We won't go through it now, but it's lots of turns.
Lots of turns, lots of galloping, not many related lines, one or two, but it's going to be a fun jump off. And there's, really no one on this list that I would pick out.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't want to go against any of them.
No, it's solid all the way through. Let's see who Ali is down with as well to get the view from the grounds. Ali, it's over to you.
Hey, Stephen. Yeah, I'm down here with Nael Nassar. Thank you so much for speaking with us. That was such a bummer, Rail, but you've been knocking on the door for these past few classes, but jumping super, super well. We did hear the crowd have a little gasp at the wall. Can you talk us through what happened there?
Yeah, for sure. My horse has quite a strong right drift, and he does it very late sometimes. So already at fence one, I felt like I was pretty much on top of the standard. That kind of put me on the inside line to the wall, which in theory made sense because then at least I was pointing him to the left. So I thought I kind of had gotten my homework out of the way, and then surely enough, right off the ground, he scooted off to the right. I'm pretty sure I took the standard out, but thank God the bricks aren't connected to the standard, so I was still clear. And then actually after that, he leveled out quite good. He just comes out so hot and excited to go that he reverts to his habits a little bit.
Yeah, the judges cleared you for that wall. You were clear on that one. But what are your takeaways from this course? This seemed like a really challenging track by Anthony D'Ambrosio. Can you talk us through those tricky parts?
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was a very well-built course today, and you can see it in the results. 7 clears is spot on for a 5-star of this level. Yeah, a lot of questions asked. A bulky wall early on, a tough rollback. To number 3, you kind of had a half stride into the next double, and quite a bulky double with some impressive standards there. And then he really varied the distances a lot. He had a very short 6. After that, a tricky line into the combination. There was everything really asked of us today and of the horses, and you just had to have a good understanding of what needed to be done and try to execute with whatever you were riding.
Yes, and we're going to see the jump off in a bit. I think it looks like a technical track. We're going to see 7 back for the jump off. We'll hopefully see you next time for the jump off. In the meantime, thank you so much and good luck.
Thanks so much.
Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you, Ali. Yeah, great to hear from Nael there. And like I say, understanding your horse and also getting to the point that, his horse done well in the Grand Prix so far this season. Another step up with that one. And there's certain things you've got to work with.
Absolutely, and like you said, the course designer gave a test for all the horses. There were short distances, there were long distances, there were tricky rides, and he got 7 clear. It really was a nice class.
Absolutely, done a great job here. Anthony Ambrosio, course designer here, experienced rider as he was through a fabulous career too. Hall of Fame rider as well. So he's got all the credentials for a big night. Big showdown for this one as well. And so we're going to be taking a look at the course here. I can't even say, looking at it, who it's going to suit, to be absolutely honest. But let's take a look at the track, Michael, for what to expect. Fidelity Investments bringing us into our jump-off round here. Now, again, Michael, we're starting at number 1.
Yeah, you'll see a big gallop. It's a long way over to it. You'll see a slice left to right. You roll back right on the Mars vertical. Then it's a long gallop over here to the outside to this Oxer, which was fence number 8. You're going to do a quick rollback here on this fence number 9, still very wide like it was in the first round. I would I would think the horses and riders still do the 6, the same 6 that they did in the first round. Then it's to that very difficult orange oxer here. Maybe a direct 6 stride, maybe a wide 7. Okay, you got to go around the gazebo. You jump what is B and C of the original triple combination. And then it's a long, exciting gallop down to the last jump.
Swing a left. Up there to the top of the arena to the Rolex Oxer to complete, and that is a big old test for them. Like I say, lots of twists and turns. This is going to take balance, rhythm, control, and again, when I'm looking at riders like Ben Mayer, I'm looking at riders like Darragh Kenny, I'm looking at, well, frankly, any of these.
Yeah.
That's what they've got in spades.
I think you're going to have to be careful. It's a lot of fast riders, but this is not an easy jump off.
No.
I think you're really going to have to emphasize being clear. I think that orange oxer is going to, on that angle, is going to ride very difficult in the jump off, and there are a lot of places that have rails.
To me, this is more about riding your turns than necessarily flat out speed. Am I completely off there?
I think so, other than it's going to be flat out to that last jump.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be a run down to the last. Lots of twists and turns, lots of balance control needed. Let's get into the jump off of what is coming up for our Lugano Grand Prix here tonight. Here we go with number 1 of the 7 in tonight's $500,000 class. And, well, buckle up. Here we go. Lily Keenan will go first with the Chanzonet Farms Argan de Belliard. Tough task here, but she's just got to try and put as much as she can at this. Really go for it. Put the pressure on. And good luck, Lily. Then it'll be Spencer Smith. Then it's going to be Nicola Philipparts, McLean Ward, Kent Farrington, Darragh Kenny, Ben Mayer. Who comes out at the end of it? We will know in about 12, 13 minutes' time who our winner is. Now, a little kiss to start off with. Now, let's get this done. That's what a partnership's all about. And right, back to fence 1, Michael. Like you say, then it's a quick turn back to the addition of the Mars Equestrian Vertical.
You'll see you want a nice gallop here to fence 1. Left to right, put a bit of an angle on it. 1, 2. She does 7. We'll see if there's a 6 there. Inside the double over to this oxer. This oxer is still very wide, so you have to watch how tight you're going to turn back on it. It's no longer a plank, but still 6.
And again, as she's taking off, she's getting herself into the turn again, isn't she?
And then your gallop home.
35 out of the Lugano double to this Rolex fence to finish off. Really good round. Really good round. 45-47 for Lily Keenan, Argan de Belliard. I'm going to stick my neck out. I don't think it's fast enough to win, but I think it's a really good round.
Yeah, maybe not the fastest horse across the ground, but I think Lily did a really good job of going where she could. She did all the turns. She found the right distances. Fortunately, maybe for her, it's not the quickest horse, but I think she did a really nice job and had a very solid double clear round.
Good round for Lily Keenan to start us off. As you say, the premium could be on the clears yet as well. So really good one to start off with there. She gets gritted down into the final run here and hands over to Spencer Smith and Georgina Bloomberg's Cassina. Now this should be one to really get the nails bitten down there. As it says, partnership 1 month.
I mean, they probably haven't even jumped the jump off. I mean, this is a really difficult ask. He doesn't know what the horse is going to do when he asks it to go forward.
And that's why I don't think he'll go full run at this, but we'll see. I mean, he and Georgina will have discussed this and how much she can ask. He had, as you said, he had great confidence in the horse to start with.
He did 7 as well. I don't see him going slow.
No.
He went a little bit tighter here than Lily. Found that nice. Does the 6 and 6.
Still good. Tight round the gazebo.
Oh.
Ah. He was about a second up coming out of there. Final fence. You have to say that is a really good display of riding a super horse And,
yeah, super round.
Yeah, really well done for Spencer, as you say. That's first time for them doing anything of that kind of level together, and just pulled it off with a plum. Really good stuff.
I thought it was a really good ride there. You know, I don't really know what happened that he had that rail. Maybe he tried to take a little pressure off to help for B. Again, not knowing this horse whatsoever and coming out here and having to jump a 5-star jump off.
And he's getting info but it's second-hand info. It's like I haven't felt the buttons before, but that really nice.
Usually that takes months to get to know those buttons.
Nicola Philipparts, as we go into our third of the 7. Now I expect it to really ramp up now with Katanga, his Le Ball Grand Prix winning horse, 5-star winners together. She's got spark.
Quick. Same 7, but this horse is just so quick across the ground and doesn't spend a lot of time in the air. That's really tight.
Pulls it off.
He does do 7 there. Has no right stirrup.
Just says casually. Oh no.
Oh no.
Takes a launch into the Lugano double. And again, was just struggling to get the communication together there, weren't they?
Yeah, you know, not having a stirrup. Horse is a little bit difficult in the mouth. I think they coming around that blind turn around that gazebo, and the distance just didn't show up right coming into that double for him.
See what he's going to do at this point. Might just go and jump a fence quietly somewhere and retire, I think. Yeah. There we go. All okay. That's a shame. Giving a good effort to start with, Nicola Philipparts and Katanga, but not to be. So Lily Keenan still keeps the lead with the clear at 45-47. So your prediction about a clear being at a premium here is so far paying off.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately being clear is important, but it's a difficult enough track that I think we won't see everybody double clear. We obviously haven't seen it, but these next 4 are definitely going to be pushing it, though.
3-time winner of this Grand Prix, McLean Ward, will be going for this. The world number 7. We've got the world number 3, the world number... In fact, our next 4 are all out of the top 20 in the world, just to show the quality of what we've got tonight. And McLean Ward and Callis for the Beechwood Stables, for the Rivers family. Been there, done it. Could well do it again. Now this is one to really keep an eye on. McLean ready to bounce back.
So it seems like 7 is the number there.
Yeah.
We've seen everyone do the 7.
But as you said with Nicola, a little bit more pace on it.
He found that really nice out of stride. And he's even tighter than Nicola was here at this Oxer.
Ooh.
Stays on the 6. Can he do 6 here? Yep.
This is where the marker's really going to get set for the rest.
Oh, that was a good...
Oh. Came out of there in 32. Okay, he's had a fence down, but bearing in mind Lily Keenan was 35 coming out of there gives you an indication. But Lily Keenan is still in the lead because they had 4 faults. 42.27. Lily's time 45.47. But she's still in the lead with Argano, with McLean Ward, I'm afraid, out of the equation. 3 left to go. Your nod of, I think the clears are...
I've been in this position before, and you just hope that these guys go as fast as they can and knock the jumps down.
You're sitting. You mean you're the one sitting in Lily Keenan's seat right now and go, okay, you know, let them have at it and see what happens. Can they double it up? Can they do it again? The Fidelity Grand Prix winners, Ken Farrington and Greer, the world number 3. Still Dara Kenny to follow, Ben Mayer. Lily Keenan could be in 4th place yet, who knows? But fingers crossed for the team. Long-time partnership now of 3 seasons. And when you're in hot form, you're a hot form, and that's going to carry on here with Kent. Good slice.
That was a great slice. Wow. It's definitely on the time.
Time's looking very good.
6 and 6, no problem. This has been the problem spot here in the jump off.
Oh. Get this away. And now they have a chance. Lands in 31. Now they can power up to the last. Ken Farrington weaves his way to this Rolex Oxer.
Oh, wow, what a ride.
Look at that. 5 seconds plus up. 40.24. And Ken Farrington into the lead. Could he do it again?
He certainly can. That's going to be tough to beat.
That is going to be very tough to beat. Ken Farrington, great. Really good slice early on, though. Back to that Mars fence, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That was just well executed everywhere. I don't know where you beat Kent on this round.
Yeah. The Lugano double there really is, you'd feel the make or break, isn't it, of the round?
Absolutely. And his gallop to the last was great. His slice on the second jump to Mars vertical. He went inside of everybody else's track, rolled back on the Oxer. I mean, these boys have a tough task to try and beat him. 2
are the best to go after him then. He doesn't get the pole position this time of going last. It's still Dara Kenny and Ben Mayer left to roll the dice here tonight in this Lugano Grand Prix. Dara Kenny, Carol Solak's Eddie Blue. London World Cup winners.
Already this horse spends a little more time
Yeah.
in the air than Greya does, but that was really quick. And he's inside of
turn
10.
Back.
Wow, that was a tight turn.
Now keep it going.
Wow. He needs to catch a good one here.
Leave it there. He has a chance.
Get
10
it.
seconds to get home. Dara Kenny and Eddie
Wow.
Blue. Will they get the blue? They're
He's
going to be
close.
so close.
He's close.
No,
Oh.
so close. 41.22.
He can't ride it any better than that.
No.
Greya is just quicker across the ground and in the air.
Goes in a second of Dara Kenny and Eddie Blue. 41.22. Kent Farrington leads on 40.24. Just over a second difference in the end. I mean, really good start from Dara.
Oh, this is fun to watch. I mean, this is show jumping. This is great. I mean, these boys are putting on a show.
1 left to go in the jump off of the Lugano Grand Prix. It is the 3-time Olympic gold medalist, the world number 4, Ben Mayer. World number 3 leads. Charlotte Roster, Pamela Wrights, Dallas Vegas Batty, the fabulous French-bred Tilly. Slick as you can. Go for it from the British gold medalist.
Oh.
No. She was just a little hesitant at the first as well. Did you feel?
Landed in a little bit of a heap there, and he had to really ask for that 7, and
Yeah.
it just looked like it caught the horse a little off guard.
Well, Ken Farrington has done it again.
He has.
2 from 2 from the 5-star Grand Prix so far this season in Wellington. Now, the good thing is Lily Keenan will get top 3. She'll get on the podium. Dara Kenny finishing in 2nd place overall because Ben Mayer on the 4 faults regardless. And now they're in the groove, which is
still
a
riding
shame.
for 4th place
Yeah, he's
here.
still riding for good money here.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 4 faults there at 43.45. Goes into 5th place there for Ben Mayer. So as you say, he'll still pick up some big money. Gets ahead of Spencer Smith, just behind that of McLean Ward. But Kent Farrington will be the winner of the Lugano Grand Prix here tonight. Didn't quite happen there.
Yeah, I think Ben was. I think he was on it. It wasn't that big of a gap. It just caught the horse a little bit by surprise there. But what a finish! What a great class. Big props to Ken Farrington. That was a heck of a jump-off ride. He has really smoked them in the last 2 5-star.
And won what the World Cup as well in Ocala the other day. I mean, he has been absolutely on amazing form. So getting set for the presentations here tonight. And what a way to finish with Kent Farrington, the US rider, claiming his second 5-star Grand Prix here in Wellington. What's that, three 5-star Grand Prix in 3 weeks? Yeah, that's pretty impressive. You know, something like, well, a bit more than that, actually, from that point of view. But, yeah, brilliant.
Going after that #1 spot.
Going after that #1 spot. So it is very well done to them. We're coming up to the presentations. We'll be back after a very short break to bring you the closer of the action here.
1 in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hacked. System hacked. System hacked.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
Parents, does your child love horses? U.S. Equestrian's Kids Club Stable Stars is bringing the joy of horses to the whole family. Get access to quarterly activities, learning opportunities, coloring pages, and more. You can sign your child up by going to www.uscf.org, logging into your free fan account, and finding the Stable Stars Kids Club tile. Then fill out your child's information and click Enroll.
Join the U.S. Equestrian Kids Club.
I think I found them.
Really?
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look it.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Presentations here, and it is a super result for Kent Farrington. Like we say, he won the World Cup in Thermal a few weeks ago. Then it's been a double up of 5-star Grand Prix here in Wellington, Fidelity Grand Prix, and now the Lugano Grand Prix here tonight, stepping up the money. And he's down with Ali.
Hey, Stephen. I'm down here with our winner, Kent Farrington, also the winner of 2 weeks ago, 5-star Grand Prix, as well as the Thermal Grand Prix. So that's 3 5-star wins in just as many weeks. Kent, that was an incredibly fast jump off. Where do you think that you beat Lily and held off Dara?
You know, as I said, I naturally ride some fast horses, so that's a big advantage that my horse is already quick. Lily's on a slower type. I think she wanted the strategy to be clear. I was worried about the ones coming after me and putting enough pressure on them, so I tried to go at her jump off speed, which is pretty fast already, and luckily it was enough for tonight.
And I was just going to say, with the likes of Dara behind you, Ben behind you, I mean, do you think you put the pressure on them and caused a rail, or where's the strategy for those types of riders behind you?
I think in that, you know, we're all here trying to win. We're not going for a second, so we're all trying to win the class, and you know that they're also going to try to win the class. You can never count them out. Everybody's on good horses. All of these guys are the best riders in the world. It's going to be tough competition no matter what. So I try to just do my plan and hope that's enough.
And you're no stranger to this ring. You've been in here countless times. You've won countless times. But for people that have not been in here, what is this like, this atmosphere, the crowd? We have an amazing crowd tonight with this much atmosphere at night and the night lights. Talk us through that, the feeling.
This has been an evolution of the sport here in America. It's starting to get closer to the enthusiasm we have in Europe with a real crowd, a regular audience here on Saturday night. The 5 stars have become a special event, and I think it's a great way to showcase American show jumping here for all of our fans.
Absolutely. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Hope you celebrate tonight. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much. Very well done to Kent Farrington, as we say, claiming win after win so far, and it's been a brilliant lineup for him. So it's time to be getting into our host of awards for the night as well, and it was a showdown between Dara Kenny and Kent Farrington in the end for those top 2 places. The rest playing for places. Lily Keenan, really solid round from her to finish in 3rd place in the end as part of tonight's Grand Prix. And we also have our winning round. Have another close look at that one. Michael Morrissey's been alongside me for an exciting night of sport. Let's take a look at this again, Michael, with hindsight.
Yeah, it's great to see Kent, and the replay on this, you see his horse. He sliced that second jump right to left, and he was already in forward momentum getting over to this oxer. His horse is so quick across the ground and quick in the air. He found that oxer right out of stride, and this forward 6. He just does such a good job of finding everything out of that forward momentum. You can see in the hind end, we started to fish out just a little bit there, and he held it together. And then a super gallop here to the last. He's just so accurate.
Yep. Job done once again. By that point was 5 seconds in front. It was Derek Kenny that would then slip in between, and there it is, another win for Kent Farrington and Gray. Like you said, naturally fast horse as well. Superbly done. But those two together are just so hard to beat, Michael.
Yeah, when they're on their A game like they have been, and they were tonight and 2 weeks ago in the 5-star, they are nearly impossible to beat. We obviously haven't seen anyone that can.
Yep. So heading in our top three for the presentations, and the presentation in there for the leading lady from Martha Jolicoeur, having gone to Alessandra Volpi this week. Very well done to her, and a top three heading on in for tonight's celebrations. They include Lily Keenan and, of course, Aganda Belliard as they walk in. They're also getting their mainstream munchies from the team there too. Thank you very much. Little nose in there. Thank you. And second place there to Derek Kenny and Carol Solak's Eddie Blue. Well-deserved rewards. And there, second of the Greys into that presentation is our winning pair. Kent Farrington and Greyer. Denise Moriarty there receiving, and will receive the leading groom award as well. And that's presented by the Double H Farm. Check to her for $500. Congratulations, Denise. So all set for their victory gallop for our leading three. Third place to Lee Keenan, second place to Derek Kenny, and to the winner. Set to go away. It is very well done to Kent Farrington and Gray as we get ready for the podium. Well, fantastic lineup for the night as they'll be heading into the presentations here. Our thanks to Lugano once again, and thanks to all of those involved. Thank you to Michael Morrissey, who's been alongside me tonight. I've been Steve Wild, taking you through as well. Michael, fun stuff. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN tonight. Fantastic lineup, and all games airing on ESPN networks are streamed live and archived on the ESPN app. We'll see you soon. And as we stay with our home channels here as well, we will continue with the presentations here tonight. Top three coming up. And Melissa Brand is the representing Lugano to present to each of those here tonight as well. And in second place there, Derek Henney and Eddie Blue. So joining as the winner tonight, congratulations to Ken Farrington and Greyer. Smiles all round. And so getting set for the national anthem of the winning rider here tonight, which of course is Kent Farrington, and means the home anthem for a second time in 2 weeks of the United States of America. Well, back for the champagne moments, and plenty to spray in there. And once again, a soaking for our top three. Well done to them. So that concludes our Lugano Grand Prix tonight. 5-star celebrations once again here in Wellington. And so we look forward to seeing you over the next few weeks. Next week, we bring you the Nations Cup action. So it's team action next week. And it's a big afternoon, evening of team competition there as well. Gets underway at 4:30 local time here. For now, it is handing out the blues, and it is the celebrations with all down there on the ground. Congratulations to Kent Farrington as we sign off. Thank you to Michael Morrissey for joining me tonight. Michael, we look forward to more Grand Prix like that. That was a classic.
Yeah, that was a classic. That was exciting to watch, and definitely looking forward to more like that.
Okay, plenty of autograph signing for Kent Farrington. We'll leave him to that, and we'll leave all of you to enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for joining us here in Wellington at Wellington International. Follow all of our live streams throughout the Winter Equestrian Festival. We will see you soon.
Sure.